Hello, everyone. Welcome to the fan cams here on the Blue Abroad YouTube channel. After the Blues, they give us a bit of hope. They did, just a little bit of hope, but they fell away. And they go down 10 goals, 767 to 15 goals, 494. Comprehensive in the end for the Freo Dockers. Gave them a bit of a scare, whatever that's worth, but it wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough. And it just continues. It continues towards the end of the season. But I think we will find some good signs out of that one for the youngsters in particular. Anyway, welcome to the fan cams. If you'd like to join and share your thoughts on the game and anything else, really, there's the link. Hit the link. You'll come into the waiting room. I'll get you in as soon as possible, and we'll go from there and try and make sense of what happened there. Nick.
Taz, how are you? All the way
Mate,
from Adelaide.
From Adelaide. Welcome, mate. Welcome.
Yeah, finally got to chat to you, mate. Yeah, you just shake your head a little bit. I mean, that first half was pretty good. But the second half, just those old habits came back in. You know, it was pretty frustrating. You know, we started bombing balls inside 50. We weren't looking for players short. It just got frustrating. And, you know, we've got our players out. There's no doubt about it. But I just thought there was an opportunity missed today. I really felt that.
Yeah. I mean, they did everything right in that first half. Accurate, pressure, intensity, and to be honest, that's a very similar script for what we saw even when we were fit and healthy. Like a very similar script. Solid first half, third quarter, fallouts, and then, fourth quarter. I mean, the Dockers just ran away with it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, it was always going to be a big ask. I mean, we've had a good record there, but like I said, with all the outs we've had, it was always. I actually expected to be honest, a flogging with all the players out. But
Same.
The players that have been pretty much under the microscope all year in that first half, all of a sudden were looking great.
Mm-hmm.
Motlop, Evans, these sort of guys were like, even Blake Acres at one stage was looking like a Rolls Royce. I mean, and all of a sudden I ran out of legs, I guess, at the end, and who knows. But, August 15th, not far away now. We're going to see some decisions come, and who knows what's going to happen. And, we all know that there's going to be changes, but I can't fault that first half with the players out, but I just feel, like I said, there was a missed opportunity today.
No, I feel that too. I don't know. I feel like it was very tight. What was it? It was a 10-point game. Durden kicks the goal. I feel like it all happened so quickly.
Yeah.
That last 5-10 minutes. I mean, Cowan pushes Dudley, gives away the free. They kick a goal. Voss kicked a few dagger goals as well. It is a missed opportunity.
Yeah, and then Dur's under no pressure as well, just kicks it behind on just that snap, and I'm thinking, oh, that's crucial, that miss, and even Harry seems to kick the hard ones and miss the easy ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, but
Did you? I mean, I was watching on TV, so I mean, I guess you would know as much as I would because we both watched it on the screen. But they didn't give us an update on Harry O'Farrell, did they? Like, I haven't missed anything there, right?
No. I mean, to me, I don't think it's an ACL, just from what I could see. But look, I've seen people walk off as well. Next minute, look at Jagger Smith. That looked like it was nothing. Next minute, it's an ACL. So, fingers crossed, it could be a PCL or something, or a strain, or what do they call that one, the hyperextension. I don't know. But if it's something like that, look, if it's the rest of the year, who cares? But we want to get him back because we need him. I mean, he's, with Sauce under the microscope now. We need Harry O'Farrell. We need these. Everything needs to line up for next year. We just can't afford to lose Harry O'Farrell with a young player like Peter Dean coming in as well. So
Harry.
Oh yeah, Harry Dean. Sorry, yeah. I'm too
Peter's
old,
boy.
Terry. I've seen that many flags. I remember Peter Dean very well, so I apologise. I feel for all you guys, mate. But
You've
yeah,
seen the champions, mate. We've seen
I
everything
know.
else.
Hang in there, mate. You know, you just got to stick by them. What can I say? It's
Yeah.
frustrating. Just got to keep going.
No, fair. Mate, final thoughts before we wrap up?
Look, final thoughts. Again, like I said before, it was a game of two halves. It was frustrating, but at the same time, look, the players that were out there with all the injuries, you couldn't ask any more, really. Just a bit more patience in that second half, and not going back to old habits would have done the trick, I think.
Yep. Mate, well said. Thanks for calling in.
Take care, buddy. Cheers.
See ya.
See ya.
Yuval.
Da 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 banana da 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 da. Oh, it's just too predictable. Too predictable. I was sitting in on Pommy's watch along, and watched the Voss collapse happen on spec. About 12 minutes into the third, we didn't kick any goals. They kicked the first two. And we wouldn't kick, I think we kicked one goal for the quarter, the Harry slot on an angle, and then it was over. I mean, it's just the Voss collapse, 12 minutes into the third quarter when we're tight. We can't keep up. Opposition just, mongrels the game out of us, literally. And, for a team that's got more small forwards than any list in the small forwards that don't kick goals, there's a lot wrong. Look, it's rebuild time. Let's not delude ourselves. The toilet is full of paper, and it's time to get flushed.
Yeah.
And then I said, I was in the watch along. I said, we're going to lose by 4 to 5 goals. And we lost by 4 to 5 goals. I mean, it's maddening. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm just a fucking dope that rings in and has a yak and is frustrated with this 30 years of mediocrity, But anyway, some of the kids were good,
Did you find anything to believe that today might have been different, or did you really?
I mean, they've got to learn how to kick. They don't know how to kick. Our forward line does not know how to kick. They don't know how to kick the footy. I mean, it's terrible. We're like we're like West Coast or something. We've got nothing there. Nothing. Harry and Ben Mackay aren't AFL footballers. They're the biggest con artists in football history. Harry's terrible. I mean, they can't play football. I don't get it.
I actually thought Harry was all right today, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but he could have owned the forward line. There was no one on him. He doesn't create any space. We've got all these midgets running around and there's just congestion everywhere, and then when they get space, it goes out onto the tightest of angles and, of course, they miss, It's like, what sort of football are we playing? It's just this Voss contest, and have no kicking skill. I mean, you're contesting for what? You're contesting just to kick a soccer kick along the ground, and then players like Saad are finished, and I don't know, even Wiedering, I mean, he was all right, but he stuffed up, and Lewis Young just messes everything up. It's like, geez, the guy just he just repeats the same thing. He plays the same game every week. You don't see him for 6 weeks. He comes in and stuffs up. It's just like, he's like Plowman all over again. We just have the same, it's like the same shit. Another bunch of players come through. We have, 4 or 5, they win an All-Australian and then they never play again, and they just get worse. So I don't know. We got the young kids. Moya was okay. Motlop was terrible. O'Farrell, what's his name? Cowan was really good. Cowan can play footy. But the rest, I don't know. TDK, I mean, stop playing him. Piss off. Go to St Kilda already. Stop wasting our time, Like, let's just get some fucking players players with brains and players that can kick, and that's it. Nothing else. I got nothing to say. It's just it's like a mental illness. It's a mental illness. You check in every week. Like a habit. It's like, oh yeah, Carlton are up. I turned the TV on. It was like 30-13. Oh, good, we got the lead. Won't last long.
Did you see Harry Mackay 10 tackles today? I thought that was one of his better games.
But he's 10 tackles in the back half. Harry Mackay's a forward.
No, that's not true.
Well, most of them he was up to the ground. I saw him. He was up to the ground on the wing. And then you got Akers and Motlop. My God, Akers, fucking hell. Every time he touches the ball, I get nervous. It's too much anxiety. I'm too old for this. Anyway, get me off. Let someone else who's got something more positive and productive to say. I mean, what do I know? I'm just a mug. I listen to all you guys, and you say this and you say that, and and we just come back to the same shit. We're still, there's just so many shit players out there. There's so many shit players over the hill.
Yeah. Anyway, mate.
Okay.
Lala Tov.
Yeah. Boker Tov. See ya.
See ya, mate. Aiden.
Hello, Terry.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah. A lot of negative people in the comments going at Yuval. Can he not criticise the team's performance? Far out.
Mate, you can be negative, you can be positive, you can be whatever you want.
Yeah, I know, but
let's be honest. That was a real. I think Nick said it at the start. That was a missed opportunity. We had the game in terms.
Yeah, it was. But when you've got a coach that can't adapt, and when we have mentally weak and fragile players that can't do basic shit, then the inevitable happens. I expected that. It's like whenever a team makes one move, it all just crumbles. They moved Luke Jackson into the midfield, and he was the best player in the third quarter. Why didn't we make a move? We didn't make any move, nothing. And yeah, I mean, if he doesn't go after that, or the week after, then I don't know what they're planning for, because he's just tactically inept. He lacks ideas. It's not. I mean, he's at fault for all of it, but I think in the fourth quarter, we had players and senior players just stuffing around with the ball and miss-kicking and waitering, just fluffing his kicks. That's a leader. Cripps was ghosting to an extent in the fourth quarter. I mean, there's no reason to be mad about it. Season's over, but it was a massive missed opportunity, like you said.
What did you?
A big finals race.
Yeah. What was your expectation before the game? I got to say, I gave us no chance, to be honest.
Yeah, I gave us no chance. I mean, I expected effort. I mean, they did give us effort, but if you're gonna play with that intent within the first couple quarters and lead by that much, then you're expected to win the game. And 100%. Unfortunately, like we did throughout the whole year, we just fade away. A coach adjusts a little bit, we don't, and then we just crumble under pressure. So, yeah, well, I mean, if next week we're going to play a top 4 team, and I'm telling you now, they're a hard-running team, and like today, we can take on those types of teams like Fremantle because they're a contested team. But when we're playing Gold Coast next week, who's a run and carry team, and we're going to, absolutely get fucked over. So,
yeah. I know. I thought young kids had a crack, saw some more signs. We're just not good enough. And that's really what it was.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I was actually surprised that we led for as long as what we did. I think we surprised Freo a little bit for the most part. And then, it all sort of evened out towards the end. It's almost like they tease you to just make you believe just for a hot minute.
Yeah, I know. But we've got enough players and experience in there that can win us games like that. We've done it before. I just don't understand why we can't do that anymore. I think we had 8 to 9 young players out there. Mm-hmm. So it was a fairly young team, but I mean, we did have a few experienced players that did step up that could have gotten the job done tonight. But I mean, again, I felt like our young players did better than some of the senior players did, besides Hewitt. and Cripps to an extent. But I mean, yeah, what do? Poor Harry O'Farrell. Hope he's okay.
Yeah,
I
man.
did see a little.
Can you believe that? Can you believe how that works? Like how footy works? Like goes back with the flight of the ball, gets the 50, teammates remonstrate, which I mean, for me, it was good to see, like all of that, all those little things that we're looking for, goes for it, kicks the goal. And then minutes later, I don't know what the extent of the injury is. They've said knee strain online. I don't know what that means.
Oh,
And I'm just like, what, how does that make sense? Like, what's that about?
I mean, it's a Carlton thing. I guarantee you now, Darcy looked like he did an ACL when they played against St Kilda or Essendon, got away with it. Some guy from Richmond looked like he did an ACL. Oh, it wasn't that bad. I guarantee you now, half ACL, knee strain bullshit. We heard that with Jagger. So hopefully he's fine because young player is going to be good for us. But again, if we lose him, then, I mean, what do we do there? Hopefully Jack signs. So I don't know. What else did you think?
I'll be honest, I was pleased with the effort of the group because I really expected it to be a pretty ugly loss, if I'm honest. I thought for the most part they did what I've been looking for. The pressure was intense. I think they laid 88 tackles. The polish undoes us. No surprise there.
Especially under pressure, Terry. Under pressure, the fourth quarter, when Fremantle were literally piling on us. You saw us crumbling. We had no ideas what to do. He passed the side got knocked out. How the fuck does the ball go through Lewis Young's legs? No idea. But when the pressure gets to us, we lack ideas. So
I know. If we're going to lose games and play like that for the rest of this season, I'll take it because I'm kind of bracing for bad losses for the next couple of weeks. I thought we actually forced the Dockers to bring out their best, but that's just my view. I don't think it was as bad as what we've seen the last month or so. And it was weird because we lost Kono from last week. We lost Chera from last week. Doherty obviously retired. You can make the case that he wasn't in the best 22 anyway, sure. But you lose Kono and you lose Chera from this team, like, you know, more responsibilities coming onto Cooper Lord. I think it's safe to say he should just never be the sub ever again. Just, you know, let him go in there. I don't know. I saw some good signs from these kids, man. I understand that we let it down and we let it slip, but I can't fault some of the efforts from some of these guys today, knowing that the season's cooked.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I really liked how they played and all that. And I think Cooper Lord, he's going to be he's like Kennedy. Whenever Kennedy used to have a good game last year, was a sub, played a variety of roles, and I mean, if we play like that within the next 3 weeks, I don't believe we will win next week, but play like that against Port and Essendon, then I mean, we can probably win 2 games. And as I've said throughout the last few weeks, that I want us to win games for our youth, so they can experience what winning's like a bit more. But yeah, we just have to see. So it's concerning that we don't adapt during games, but I mean, whether he stays or goes, that's up for Graham Wright to decide. So not long left until change happens.
Do you find it hard to stay present? That's my biggest challenge at the moment. I find it so hard to stay present because I keep thinking about the changes and what's coming and end of season, and it's unlike me. I'm usually just trying to stay grateful for every moment and stay present, but I drift. I keep drifting.
Yeah, I mean, I said it to you. I think it started the season. I wish off season was longer. And I'm just begging for off season and the changes to come. I mean, it's pretty hard to stay present when, I mean, you kind of get disappointed each and every week. I mean, I don't really care as much anymore. I mean, wins and losses don't really dictate my mood. I just go with the flow. And I mean, change will come, but I mean, whatever happens, and we'll have to deal with it towards the end of the year. So let's just wait and see.
Fair enough, mate. We'll speak to you throughout the week.
All right. Cheers, Terry. Thanks.
See you, mate. Vic Wide Renovations with $2.99. Umpiring terrible. Thank you, my friend. Wowdy.
Hey, Terry. What can I say?
Thought we were going to do something different and special there for a hot minute. Just for a hot minute.
It looked like that. I think they surprised most of us. Look, I mean, competitive. I think for me, this was, if they were competitive, I would have taken that. They had their chances to potentially put the game away at certain parts, but probably just some key missed shots at critical moments probably lost us the game. I think Freo were pretty. I think they kicked 14-4 or something like that.
15-4 for the game.
15-4. Wow. Gee, they were so accurate. And I think every set shot that they had, they got. They never missed. So, it's look, it was a tough assignment, young team. I sort of agree with you to a great extent around the young players. I thought a lot of them played pretty solid games. Shame about Harry. I hope he's okay. I don't know. It didn't look like an ACL, but I think, as others have said, you just don't know. Hopefully it's not, but it's sort of, you sort of can see Fremantle were they were coming slowly. We never quite put them away, so sort of similar sort of drop-offs in that second half that we've seen throughout the year. So we're just sort of riding out the year, aren't we?
Yeah, honestly, it's been something I said it to Aiden just now, just something I've noticed. Like, all conversations always lead to what's coming as opposed to what's here. I mean, I do watch the games. I'll be honest, I got excited about watching footy today more than what I have in probably 6 weeks. I actually saw them having a crack and backing their teammates when they got sort of knocked over and doing all those little things and moving the ball quickly. Like, it wasn't pretty. I thought Cripps and Hewitt really stood up in the middle there and tried. We're just not good enough. It's just one of those. We're just not good enough.
That's right. And look, I think I definitely think the players can see the pre-season in terms of end of season trips or time off. It's apparent they're having a crack, which is good. They're not sort of. And it's sad saying that because this year we expected so much, but expectation has been, it's been challenging. But I'd be interested, just as you go through the rest of the fan cams, maybe ask the question, Jack Silvani stays or goes, asking each of the people that call in. For me, I think he's gone, for what it's worth, but I know this is about the review of the game and the immediate thoughts.
No, we can talk about it because, I mean, listen, it sent shockwaves through the fan base this week because it started getting real. Like there's McRae started talking about it and sort of airing he went on a little vibe check with him and
look, it's hard to. I mean, look, he's a favourite amongst the fans. I get that, son of a gun, all those sorts of things. But I think he's gone. I think once you start talking to clubs, he exercises his right and all that, but I just think it's hard to come back. Good luck to him if he does go. It'll be interesting to see if he does stay and how it seems like it's divided fans. Some fans say, "Yep, good to see the back of you," and others are, "No, don't let him go." So
what'd you make of Vossi's reply? He sort of referenced the whole, he's got to come back in the locker room, and like, what did you make of the reply?
Look, it was very, it was professional. He's a good media performer, Voss. I thought, he said all the right things. You don't want him to get angry and all those sorts of things, but I thought he handled it okay. I'd be interested to see whether he had any quiet words to his ex-teammate. whatever. I mean, I think he said he didn't when he was pressed on it. But look, maybe as an industry, we've got to get used to that stuff just happening. And I know we get caught up in the sentiment. And to be honest, I'm more interested in Carlton being successful. And if Jack Silvani's part of our success, then great. But if it means he's not there and, he wants to go his own way, then it's all about Carlton. It's not about the Silvani family for me. So he's got his name on the locker. Who knows? Will he play 100 games wherever he goes, whether it's Collingwood, Bulldogs, or whoever else is interested? Who knows?
No, fair enough. I mean, end of the day, I think I'd rather have everyone on the list that wants to be here.
That's exactly right.
And that's what I think I saw today. I actually thought I saw them playing in a way that they wanted to be there and putting in the effort like they wanted to be there and back each other up and play together. And I'm obviously disappointed with the result, but I'm not surprised that we lost. Like, they're a better team than us. If anything, it would have been. I mean, it would have been a disaster if we won for free. We're $8 outsiders, so we were like very much an afterthought today, as it was. So, I don't want to gloss over a loss, but I really didn't expect to win today.
No, look, I didn't. I was just hoping they'd be competitive, and they were that. Just a little bit disappointed how it sort of dropped off. But I mean, Freo are a pretty good side. It's home crowd behind them. I just thought the game was just frustrating, just sort of letting it all slip, and because they only hit the front sort of probably halfway through that last quarter, so you sort of had control of most of the game. But just that, they just ran out of legs in the end, and is it game plan? Is it players just sort of being overrun by the other team? Probably a combination of a lot of things. But anyway, we got 2 more home games and then closed it off with the Bombers in the last round. So
3 more games until the madness really begins, mate. Fucking bring it on.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what we're looking forward to, is the changes. But hopefully they're good changes, and I'm sure they will. But we'll wait and see.
Mate, thanks very much for calling in.
Good on you, mate.
See ya. LS, $2. Didn't watch the game. Highly recommend it moving forward. I don't know. I think I enjoyed that game more than the last month. Genuinely, they actually made me believe for a hot minute there. Carlton Whiskey Club. Hello, mate.
How are you, Terry?
Just one step closer, my friend. Just one step
closer. I was just thinking the exact thing you said. That was probably the most fun I've had watching Carlton in the last month. I know it's all doom and gloom and sadness, but the first half was great. I thought they showed intent. They looked like they were even fighting for each other, which we haven't seen in ages. I don't know if there's a fakeness to that, or they're just trying to show up for Vossi, even though I think it's too late. But that was really, I use the word fun, but we seemed like we were playing AFL standard football for a half, and the last month has been hard to watch.
It's I mean, look, half the battle is you just want to see your team go out there and have a crack. Now, start of this year, a lot of us were thinking finals, top 4, we need to be matching it with the best. So that quickly fell away. At this point, given where the team's at, given all the speculation, who's staying, who's going, on field, off field, like I'm kind of bracing for some really bad losses to end the year. So anytime they put in an effort like they did for the most part today, I'll take it. I think as a supporter, we're hanging on to something. Like, otherwise, we're just thinking about the future. So, it was strange. I mean, Petra wrote a comment in here. We had a 50 tackle first half and a 2-goal second half. So it actually is so similar to what we were seeing at the start of the year anyway.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why. Like, what happens at halftime? What is the big deal at halftime?
They need to get out the orange slices. I guess they're drinking the wrong Gatorade. There's something happening, and it's definitely not with the main man, because they normally sit around telling war stories with the assistant coaches. So I don't think it's a Voss thing as much as we're all of the opinion that he can't last this. It's someone was saying to me today when we were watching the game, I miss Andrew Russell because we can't run out games anymore, and the injury list is very similar. And I said, I don't think half the players on the injury list are injured, to be honest, and we can run out games. We just can't. We kick ourselves out of games. What we end up doing is scoreboard pressure gets the best of us.
Yeah.
So we make the mistakes that allow other teams to overrun us, because when the scores are close, we're ahead in the fourth on this one, but I feel like once the team starts to kick away, you see the shoulders drop and it all becomes too much, even for champions like Cripps and Hewitt. It's like you're doing the work, and it slips out the other end for another set shot goal. And I think you were saying earlier, which I wanted to talk about, we're watching the game. So I'm having a good time watching the game with a couple of other Carlton mates, because at least we don't have to be at the stadium dealing with the chants and the hostility. We get to be in the comfort with the shorts on and the mockos. But half of me is watching it, having fun. The other half, I got the checklist out, like the Graham Wright checklist. And every game that I watch for the rest of the season, I'm doing the same thing. And I said this earlier in my post today. These games are going to tell us where this list stands for next year.
Yeah.
So I'll say to you, how did you think Francis Evans went? How did you think Lewis Young went? How did you think, I wouldn't say your Cooper Lords and all that because they're already signed. Motlop, how did Motlop go? Zach Williams. These players that are on the periphery, where half the Carlton faithful are like, fuck them, get rid of them, we don't need them, they're shit. And the other half are like, give them time. They've been here for, X amount of time. We can build with them. Tell me what you thought about those guys.
I actually thought Francis Evans was solid today. I don't know if he's a part of the future, but today's not the day that I'll criticize his efforts. Who was the other one?
Lewis Young is one of the big ones.
I thought it was just a typical Lewis Young day. Had some really solid moments. Had some brain farts, just typical Lewis.
And Motlop, the contentious kid of Carlton. Someone must have a voodoo doll of Motlop somewhere, because you can't have that much bad luck. You can't have that much bad luck in footy.
He tries, and you can see it in moments like his pressure was there, and then sometimes the things he does offensively, like I think there was a passage of play. I think he had a rundown tackle, perfect, and then he just panicked or he just rushed it and he tried to sidestep, got caught. So I don't know. Is he just out of confidence, or is he just not that good enough, or is he just young?
I think it's all three. But does this fan base have the patience to wait for all three of those things to come together? Because he's a whipping boy. We've had so many over the years. Some have become cult-like figures when we think back nostalgically about them. But he's one of those guys that any mistake he ever makes, we are going to hound him for it. Anything he ever does good, we'll just say, oh, well, he's doing his job. That's what he's paid to do.
See, I mean, when I think about all these either younger guys or smalls, the Fogartys, that Durden, Motlop, Lewis Young, not Lewis Young,
Francis
Flynn
Evans
Young,
style.
Will White. I actually thought they all had patches of the game where they did their bit. When I think about the second half today, I mean, I saw good second efforts, third efforts from senior guys, but then you just see some brain farts. So, for example, Pito set shot, ice the clock, like just to go back.
Yeah.
Harry calls for it. It's either Harry's fault for calling for it, or if he gets the ball, he just didn't execute out in the full. The Wiedering just drops the ball, loses his head, insufficient intent. Like these moments, these
I
are
know,
the
but
ones.
how?
You know,
It's sad because maybe 5 minutes before that, I was just saying, "Fucking Wiedering's been like a brick wall. Like the guy just they've got some good forwards, and he just gives and gives. We're playing on the other side of the country in a hostile environment against a team that is now fifth. We're nothing, according to the AFL, $8 odds, and we're taking it to them, pressure rating up, everything. They had to play their best footy for 2 quarters to beat us by 20-odd points. There's something to be said about that. Now, we obviously have the weight of the season in every decision that the players make, every decision us fans make, and everyone behind the scenes make. Unfortunately, regardless of, like everyone keeps saying, Gold Coast, whatever games we have left, the weight of the season is going to be compounding on that. So, just before I leave, I'm going to say, everyone that's watching the games, if you can have half your eye on enjoying the football because it'll be gone before we know it, and the other half, have your checklist, do your Graham Wright, cross out the people you want, tick the others, because trust me, come January, we're all going to be chomping at the bit for the footy to start. Hopium will kick in. The Carlton social media will get into high gear, and we'll be all there, 85,000 of us for Richmond Carlton, once again, saying, I reckon we've got the right pieces in place.
Mate, spot on. Because once the changes come and the trade period comes, the imagination starts running wild, and then it starts becoming, but if he can just stay fit, but if he can, if, and then when you've got 100,000 people saying if, and imagination runs wild, we will see.
And I'll just say quickly for 1 second, I'll be very sad if JSOS leaves. My name is Sergio. And I love the Silvanis. Grew up in Carlton. And, fuck Collingwood for even taking the piss like they did Daisy Thomas style, whether they're trying to make us spend more for him or just upset us and pull our heartstrings, even though they're buddy second on the ladder. JSOS, I really hope he stays. I really do. I know I'm a sucker, but even just for the locker room.
Fair. Mate, I really enjoyed that. Thanks for calling in.
See you, mate. Thanks, Terry.
Damien, Voss presser certainly looks like an ACL for really fuck, man. As in, Voss has said that it looks like an ACL. How does that work? How does that work? Johnny, $10. Harry Mackay, the amount of mistakes that guy makes, if anyone is to go, it's got to be him. I don't know. Hey, I've seen Harry Mackay games before. I think this was one of his best efforts in terms of his application to the contest. I'd pick out 10 more games before this one. I don't know. I thought he actually competed at a pretty high level personally, but fair enough. Thank you for the $10. I've got a pretty chilled and pretty free waiting room if anybody wants to come in. There's the link. Jim.
Hey, man. How you going?
I believed. They made me believe for a minute, and maybe that's all I needed today.
Yeah, I believed as well. I actually thought we were going to win.
Yeah.
Not before the game. But
No, not before the game.
The first half, there was enough there to, the old, we're better than them over there as well. And I just felt like we were going to get it done, but it wasn't to be. But just reading that comment, I'm actually sickened if he's done an ACL.
Yeah, man.
And fucking hell, man. What a
So the
shit.
quote. So the quote is here. Unfortunately, it looks like an ACL. So shattering news for us, and in particular him. Yeah. So they've pretty much. I mean, I don't think they would go for it and call it an ACL if they weren't sure. Fucking hell.
Man, like, what a fucked season. This lad's, game 6, I think. And that's happened already. Fucking hell, man.
And he pretty much won't play.
Yeah, you won't see 2027 now. Right? If it is an ACL, we're not seeing him till 2027. This is what kills our fucking footy club, man. This shit.
Yep.
That looked like a player too. I'm not like saying to my mates, oh, you got to watch this guy. He's going to be a gun. But I'm just sitting there watching him over the last 6 or so games and being like, I like it. He looks good. And then when it happened, I'm like, fuck, that better not be what I think it is. Because it felt like it was one. Just, what a shit year.
2 kids, 2 ACLs, Jagger and O'Farrell.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
There's a lesson in this for players who have decided that football may not be their priority this year. It could be taken away from you in a fucking moment. So we need a little bit of maturity from, I don't know, our group to kind of get that message across, I think. I'm not going to say any names of what players, but like there are players who, definitely need to take that on board, I think, going forward, because, it can be taken away very, very quick. And that's it. You might not see this kid for like 12, 13, 14 months now, which is really sad. What did you think of the game, bro?
I saw some signs of, I mean, if that's the standard of application, like for me, that's got to be the baseline level in terms of the way that they applied themselves. So from that point of view, I just kept seeing this team just sort of succumb to what was and almost submit to it. So I didn't see that today from the group. I actually saw a group collectively that wanted to fight for it. So we just weren't good enough. I liked, I don't know what the percentage and the split was, but I actually liked what I saw from Zach Williams today. I feel like, I don't know what his percentage of time was in the midfield, but it felt like it was more than usual. I think this is the best I've seen from him. Lockie Cowan, I thought, continues to, I mean, he had some mistakes as well towards the end. But again, the youngsters there, him and Cooper Lord, I thought in particular, showed signs. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough because you want to stay present, as I said earlier. It's the impending thing that's coming. But at the same time, you don't want to take away from like some of these kids. These are really important games now to get into them for next year.
I agree. I agree.
What about you?
I agreed. I think Zach Williams was maybe one of our best players today. Especially that first half when we needed to get the ball moving our way and getting territory. It was him and Cooper Lord that were doing it. Also, Cooper Lord looked really clean in traffic early, especially when the rain started coming down. He was a one-touch player, and I've watched a lot of footy. I've watched a lot of footy this round, and there are a lot of players who have even the North Melbourne game today. If they were one touch, they probably roll the Saints, but they are real fumbly, and I just feel like this bloke here. How many games has Cooper played now? Like probably less than 20. Just he's a one-touch player, and that's super important moving forward. He wouldn't have played games.
Well, now that Doc's obviously done, I mean, my first thought today about Cooper Lord was I don't want to see him as the sub anymore. Like that's it. Like just keep him in the team, play him for the full game.
Yeah, I don't understand why he was being played as the sub anyway. But yeah, there are signs from our group. I'm still not putting a line through Jesse Motlop either. I think he's being played out of position almost every game. What we should be doing is looking to just let him work on his forward craft as a small forward. That is just his role. He could turn into a really good small forward. Actually, they mentioned something on the broadcast tonight when Fogg kicked his goal, saying that he kicked his 10th goal, and that was a career high. Now, I don't know if I heard that wrong. what I know Fogg brings pressure and tackles, and I like the guy. However, you can't be knocking Motlop as a fan base if we've got a bloke who's kicking 10 goals a year and that's his career high. I think that's what I heard. I could be a nuffy and I could be wrong here. But if that's the case, like Motlop's a superior small forward when played in that, spot specifically. So let's back the kid in a bit, and see if we can get something out of him. But yeah, look, part of me wants the season to fucking end. But then I know I'm going to miss watching the boys. So, yeah, this would have to be the most disappointing football season, though, I think I've ever sat through because of the expectation. And it just gets worse and worse. And, one more thing. Just on Jack. Is he going? What do you think? I still think he stays. But now I'm starting to think maybe I'm crazy.
I honestly thought so. Okay, start of the week, I was like, no way.
Yep.
Then when the McRae comments came out, I thought that's just to allow that to go public.
Yeah.
That's just he's gone. Or it's a little bit of a fuck you to the club, maybe the negotiations, whatever. And then I'm pretty much resigned to the fact that he's gone. And now that, to be honest, now that O'Farrell's hurt himself, it just sort of reinforces why you can't be putting all your eggs in these kids, because their bodies are I think part of the reason why O'Farrell got injured today is because his body's slight and he got knocked off the ball, off balance, landed off balance. And I think that had something to do with why he actually got injured today. I actually thought it could have been a free kick, but Tracy's a big boy and just knocked him off balance. So you think that's not going to happen to Harry Dean in his first couple of years? So these key position guys need time.
Yeah.
So, maybe it can be maybe it can be used. And so, if we lose O'Farrell, which we do, if Jack leaves as well, you're like, shit. All of a sudden, that key position, depth in defense takes a hit, and it happens just like that. It's you're one injury away from that whole narrative changing. So, I don't like how it's being played out publicly. Because if he is this heart and soul Carlton man, he knows how important that whole Collingwood meeting is to not become public.
Yeah,
and whether he's using it as a part of his negotiations, he's within his rights to do all of that. I do get it, but he is a Carlton man, and he knows exactly what he's doing when that sort of meeting gets put out into the public. So,
no, you're right. It's I couldn't actually believe it when they said the medical stuff. I was like, nah, that's bullshit. And then when they said that he had a meeting with McRae, I'm like, what? This just doesn't. Why would I do this with a rival, the worst rival? Just makes me hate Collingwood even more now. And McRae can get fucked as well. Fuck him. Fuck those absolute scumbags at that club.
Fucking scumbags that they are.
Anyway, man, what do you want to see here, dude? Is there anything we're looking for? Or
look, that level of application, I know, and I'm very much at peace. I don't accept it, but I'm at peace with we're not good enough. The game plan is the game plan. It's limited. Teams that use the ball well, particularly out of defense, carve us up. I'm very aware of that, but just don't want to see the 100-point beltings that we're so used to seeing as Carlton supporters this time of the year, where everyone gets put on ice and, Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I guess I just want to see effort. I feel like we saw that today. And I can't even remember. Every game just feels like a fucking blur. But who did we have last week? I don't remember.
We played Hawthorn on Thursday.
That's right. That was kind of a shitty start for Doc's final game. But then this felt like we applied ourselves right from the get-go. If we see that next week, I think I'd take that at least. But again, expectations now are just so far on the floor. It is what it is.
Man, I'm telling you, supporting Carlton is like dating in Melbourne. It's just like you keep going on dates and the bar just keeps dropping to the floor, and you just keep lowering your standards until eventually you settle for a little less, like a fucking good effort.
Awesome. Anyway,
man.
Get through 'em, man. Enjoy.
Yeah,
I'll
well.
watch tomorrow. Much
All right,
love.
man. You too. See ya.
Thank
Oh man. Shane, I just put the link in the chat for you there. Tom, hello, mate.
Hey, bud, how are you?
Yeah, good. We're now 3 games away. We were 4
Yeah, we're
games
getting
away,
there.
and now we're 3 games away.
Yeah. And then they give us that little bit of hope today to make you think, oh, hasn't been too bad. And then it all just floods back like, oh, that's right. That's where this is why we feel like this.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But to be fair, when Freo were coming, like normally that's when I would have started like screaming and shouting, but I just sort of sat back in my chair and was like, okay, here it comes. Like just that inevitability sort of kicked in, I think. Is
Oh. So when Durden kicked the goal,
Yep.
I genuinely thought we were still alive. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know
sure.
I don't know what you were thinking, but then when Cowan gives away the silly push on Dudley, I'm just like, mate, what? Like, what? Just moments, man. Moments of.
It's just they like I've seen a lot of people say like the umpiring became a thing, but they were trying to force it so much in that last quarter that they were giving away just those silly free kicks, like Banfield cutting off Evans and Evans just like flying into the back of him, just giving away just silly free kicks, trying to force it because they'd had so much control the whole game that that last quarter wasn't going their way. They were like, oh, let's get it back. But like Freo, they're a good side. We had them on the ropes there for a while, but they just kicked into that second gear that I just don't think we have as a team. We've just got too many youngsters and too many tired older bodies at this point of the season to just kick into that gear, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
any individuals today or any themes from today that
I think the tackling was good. The tackling was definitely like if we tackled like that the last month, we could have beaten North Melbourne, really taken it to Hawthorn a bit more if we scored how we did today. Just maybe games, that's a good effort. And I can see why people bag Harry Mackay for playing how he did as a forward, but people bag Harry Mackay, but he did all the things that Charlie doesn't do. Like Charlie's never going to lay 10 tackles in a game. So which forward do you want? Do you want the one that's going to maybe kick 3 goals in a quarter and be the highlight reel, or do you want the hard-working 10 tackles and then has the ability to kick 5
Harry's an
goals?
interesting one, right? So he didn't take his first mark until the 3rd quarter. It was that contested mark. And then he's such a confidence guy. So he takes
And
that
all of a
mark
sudden he
and
marked
then
everything.
starts clunky. He's a fascinating
a
fascinating player to watch. When he's low on confidence, it's like he's not even there. But when he clunks 1 or 2, if he gets going early, whenever that is. So I thought he worked into the game. Like and then also the set shot from the angle on the wrong side for a left footer. Like he doesn't make sense.
No.
He doesn't make sense.
I think that's why he's so frustrating and why Carlton supporters pull their hair out, because we go, how do you do that? And then you get a nice little run around the back for a left footer and just spray it. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a hard day to be a Carlton supporter today. Like I was watching the game before our game, watched Jack Martin kick 4 goals in 5 minutes and thinking, okay, thanks. That's a good little start off. And then watch Hoff kick his first goal, and then 5 minutes later, Vossi saying that it looks like it's an ACL. When a coach says it's an ACL in a press conference, it's never a good sign.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm just trying to think. So this year we drafted Jagger, and
our two top picks both done their ACL.
How many players did we take from the draft? Just the 2? Oh, okay. Lucas.
Lucas and Ben. But I mean, he's a young kid. I hate to say it. He's got a lot of football left in him. Like Charlie did knees, and he's had a career. So there's a lot of time left for him to get back. I feel sorry for him. But a couple of quick shout outs. No one's really mentioned Lockie Cowan today. I think he had a really good game. he really sat on their half forwards, who I sort of shouted out earlier in the week that were going to be an issue, and he sort of took it to them. And I thought Fogarty's tackling pressure was like old school Lockie Fogarty. He just wasn't letting anyone go. He had a really good game, but yeah, I'm not a Voss basher, but I just think when they put Luke Jackson on ball, we just didn't have any sort of that anyone that could sort of go with him. We just didn't have a way that we could change up our game. It was almost like, oh yeah, Cripper, just do something for us, and he's just.
It's one of the more unique moves that a team has in the AFL. I don't think many teams have a Jackson type. Well, I mean, we do. To be fair,
we do. I mean,
we do.
But the thing with Fremantle is, if Josh Tracy, he had a good start to the game, and then sort of would go out of it a bit. But then Voss in the last quarter just popped up and just became sort of their closer, and it was kind of like all these different elements. Where with us, if Harry's not having a good game, who's there if Charlie's not there? Like, it falls into these smalls who really can't take a game apart. So and that's where we kicked 2 goals in the second half. It just doesn't. Teams figure us out by half time. We just don't have that sort of next lot of players that we can shuffle around that give us a point of difference. Yeah. And I think that's where in 2025, that's where it hurts you.
Mm. Yeah. What do we got? Gold Coast next up.
Yeah, Gold Coast, they just run all day. We're going to have to be up for the fight. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We just got to try and beat them at the contest, which we did today. But unfortunately, they're just going to not stop.
Yeah.
But 10 goals straight from set shots, man. Like,
is that what it was? Is that what the stat was?
For Fremantle, they kicked 10 goals straight from set shots. I was sitting there being like, miss one, just one.
Is it fair to say everything? Is it fair to say everything that could go wrong has gone wrong this year?
Oh, don't say that.
No, I mean, like, how many more fucking ACLs? As in, do we get like does the pendulum swing the other way next year? You know?
Oh, if it does, the way pendulums work, it should be swinging. Like, man, we just can't catch a break. Like, it's
this
just
isn't
really
a pendulum. Like, this is a bullet. It doesn't turn. It just goes one way.
Yeah, it's just not slowing down. And
oh man,
yeah, you think, oh, how could it get worse? But then you look at, I don't know. It's just the one, like, all week we're like, oh, Harry O'Farrell, this kid is the future, and then we
can't have that.
Death warrant.
Can't have that. Can't have
be
that.
Careful who you talk about. Don't talk too much about Cooper Lord, because all of a sudden, who knows what could happen. But yeah, I mean, there's signs there. Our young kids are really they showed a bit today. They showed that they can bring the pressure, and I think that's if they're going to keep Voss, contest and pressure is the mantra, and they've got it in spades today, but they just don't have that outside run which you need in the AFL today to make teams hurt from the contest.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true, mate. Well, on to the next one.
On to the next one. Have a good night, mate.
Take care. See ya. Shane.
Hey, Terry, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, that's not bad. Not bad.
What did you make of tonight, mate? Or tonight, this afternoon?
I thought the first half it was a Carlton game. It was surge football. It was hard. It was ruthless. It was contested. Finals pressure, 239 pressure rating. And then after half time, once again, we drop off.
Yeah.
Now, is that to do with our high performance coaching? Now, you got to think we've got Rob Ennis, a guy who was at Sydney.
Yep.
That when Sydney made big rounds, they couldn't run out games. You look at Adelaide, who have got Darren Burgess, and over 3 years, they are now without a doubt, the premiership contender.
Yeah, well,
So
Burgess.
I think a lot of our issues are down to our fitness and conditioning, and you can see that through the preseason. They haven't done a big preseason last year. We saw that in round one.
Mhm.
We have seen it throughout the year that we hit the second half of a game and we have no legs. So once again, Carlton has employed the wrong people at the club.
Do you think Rob Innes needs 3 years? If Burgess has,
No way, mate. No way. He had 6 years at Sydney, and they made it to grand finals. They get to the MCG, and what club ran out that game? None.
right? But I mean,
So what we got to look at, we got to look at guys in our fitness and conditioning staff who can get our guys ready and built to run out 4 quarters of football at a premium level, like what Darren Burgess is doing at Adelaide.
right. But it's easy to say that now with Darren Burgess at Adelaide. What about when they were missing finals the last couple of years?
No. Well,
Are they still running games out?
I've always said it takes you 2 or 3 years to build your club up.
So why doesn't Rob Innes get 2 to 3 years?
Because he's proven that he can't do it at Sydney. Darren Burgess done it at Melbourne.
Right.
So
you're
he went to
saying go
Melbourne.
get Darren Burgess.
Darren Burgess done it in 2017 at Melbourne.
Yeah.
And by 2021, they were the fittest and strongest club in the AFL.
Right.
Yeah, Rob Innes is a proven non-performer. So we get rid of Andrew Russell.
Who was a proven
Fair
performer.
enough. Andrew Russell we get rid of.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have as many soft tissue injuries and high performance injuries as what Andrew Russell had right now today.
What's a high performance injury?
Hot spots in the foot by Sam Walsh.
Right.
Hamstrings, recurring hamstrings, soft tissue injuries. Now, all these injuries have occurred when we're saying, let's get rid of Andrew Russell last year. And I was a big critic of Andrew Russell, don't get me wrong, I was.
Well, why can't it just be part of the story that the players aren't preparing themselves as well as what they could?
But
because we had a proven winner, because by your theory, which I don't completely disagree, but by your theory, Andrew Russell was a proven winner with Port Adelaide and Hawthorn. By your theory, you're now saying Innes is a proven loser because of what happened with Sydney, but we had a proven winner fitness guy, but the bodies were still breaking down when we had the proven winner. Why can't it be the players just aren't preparing themselves the way that they could be?
Okay, so how do we fix the problem then is the bigger question.
Well, maybe it's the culture.
Yeah. So how do we fix that culture then?
Well, not blaming one guy.
But I still think the biggest thing in our sport, AFL, is your fitness staff is the biggest thing ever.
Okay, but we had the best one, apparently.
Well, I still think, did we have the best one or did we have the best players to adapt to his ways? So you got someone like a Mitch McGovern who's always had hamstring injuries. But yet we keep on contracting him non-stop. Jack Savani always breaks down every season. Is he the one that we still got to keep a contract for? Zach Williams. So then the question has to be asked also on the players, like you said, even if they've got great surnames and it might be great players, but they're great players for a 6-week span before they break down.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Before they break down. So maybe it's a combination of both. Maybe
I just think blaming Rob Innes. I just think blaming Rob Innes gives the players another excuse on top of all the other excuses they've been given. They're not good enough. Get rid of them, replace them, bring in people that have the right attitude towards the game.
So maybe I'm in a bit of a situation where I look at it and I've seen what he's done in the past. Maybe I should give him more time and say, all right, let's give you until 2027 and let's see what happens. Maybe he will adapt with the players that he has on the list. But what I've seen from this year is that the players can't run out games on big grounds, just like Sydney can't do. He was at Sydney for 8 years. And what happened when they come to the MCG? They could not run out games.
Mm.
The SCG is completely different to the MCG in the width and diameter.
Okay, but we don't play at the SCG. We always play
Exactly
at the
right.
MCG or
Exactly
Marvel.
right. So why would not we get someone like a Darren Burgess, who is a proven performer as a fitness guru for our team, who plays majority of our games at Marvel and the MCG?
Because he was contracted to Adelaide.
Exactly. But there's got to be other fitness people out there that can do the same job.
How much of a difference do you think these fitness guys have to one another? Like Darren Burgess, world class, in a sort of a conversation of his own because he's worked outside of Australia, has been in the Premier League. Like, I understand. How much different do you think a lot of these other guys are? Like, I don't know, but is it that much of a difference?
I think it's massive right now in AFL for fit. Like, majority of footballers now are athletes. So unless they can run for 4 quarters and they can do what an AFL footballer needs to do, like you look at the Premier clubs, Collingwood, they've got maybe the Dacos brothers and they've got Pendlebury's side bottom.
Who's their
They're the only
who's their fitness
the-
guy? Who's Collingwood's fitness guy?
I'm not sure who it is, but
Exactly.
you look at their list. But you look
Exactly.
at their list. They've only got 3 or 4 skillful players on their list, and the rest are.
No. Oh.
Well, I would say, Brisbane proved it last night. You cut out the Dacos boys, and you cut out side bottom and Pendlebury each quarter, and you have the games on your terms.
And okay, fair.
But because the rest are athletes, they're all athletes, and they all go to the water. And Fagan knew that, and Fagan proved it last night. And a lot of coaches are starting to prove against Collingwood, you cut out the skillful players. What's Collingwood got? Now you look at Adelaide. Adelaide still have not skillful players. They have guys that can run and carry the ball. They can run hard for 4 quarters. And there's no other. Even GWS. GWS is the same. They had a down game. Fair enough. But majority of the time, they don't have skillful guys like what Collingwood do, but they have guys who gut run. And if you gut run and you've got fitness and you've got strength, I'll tell you what, in the AFL nowadays, you can win the premiership.
Fair. Well, we'll see how it plays out. Who do you think's going to win it?
Right now, I think it'll be an Adelaide-Brisbane grand final, and I think the Crows will poleaxe them. But it doesn't matter. I'm going to Bali in a couple of weeks, so this time next week, I hopefully will call you after we beat Gold Coast from Bali.
How are we going to beat Gold Coast, mate? We're not fit.
Oh, don't worry, mate. They choke when they come to Marvel.
Fair enough.
Remember the one rule. Damien Hardwick hates Marvel.
True.
But I want to ask you a quick question.
Okay, one more before we move on. Yep.
Why does Sam Doherty retire on an away game?
Because he needed to go ASAP.
You reckon?
Yeah.
But why not do it on a home game, like majority of people do?
Well, he'll be in the back of a convertible next week on a home game. Also, because we got to see Cooper Lord play a full game today.
And wasn't that so good?
It was brilliant.
And I'll tell you what, the one thing I loved, and I must say this, no Chera and no Kerno, no JSOS.
Yeah.
As much as I love those three guys, but it just proves people you don't have to rely on surnames to get you through. Like, we played such a great half. Our rotations through the midfield, our forward line was unpredictable. It just proves that you give these young guys a chance, and that's a generation that will win us a flag.
Mate, I hope so.
It will, Terry. Don't worry.
Shane, I've enjoyed this conversation.
I'll call you next week.
Please do.
From Legian, Bali.
All right. I look forward to it, my friend.
All right. Love you, Tez.
Love you too, mate. Bye. Salad.
How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right.
What did you make of the round 21 performance?
I thought it was all right. I mean, obviously the result wasn't what we were expecting, but at least we had the fight. I mean,
I almost feel like I feel like there's a guilt in saying the effort was good, but it was.
I know.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
It was good. It was a good effort. We're just not good enough.
It was good. I mean, yeah, it was good. And, just listening to the last guy, I was going to say, I think maybe half our problem with our injuries is because of the style of gameplay we play. And I think the difference between our injuries, the way we play our game versus the way Collingwood they're so stark. And I think we need to take that into account. I don't know. I don't think it's got anything to do with the fitness coach. I think it's got to do with how we play the game. I don't know. My opinion.
Right. Look, I think there's truth to the way that we play the game. We're clearly a team that wants to win ball, and there are teams out there that allow the opposition to win ball and coach around that. My question is, if we move into this new game style that you're talking about, for example, right, and essentially try and sort of copy what. Who would you say are the best teams in the comp that playing this new game style, modern new game style?
I think Collingwood. I think Collingwood are playing that free flowing game, and I think at the sacrifice of defence, I would say also the Western Bulldogs, like how they attack. They've obviously got some defensive dramas, I guess, but the way they attack the game, the way the ball moves forward, the way that's the sort of game I think. Sorry,
the foot skills is a big difference.
Yeah, exactly. So that's whereas I just feel like Mackay is Carlton. Harry Mackay is Carlton, right? Because you're right. He is a confidence player, right? He gets those 2 early goals and bang, he's like on for the game and, but that extends to the whole team. So I really think there's a mindset problem there. I think it's a mindset problem. I think it's something there's this negative feedback loop that's going on through their head. And I don't know, I think the end of the season can't come quick enough for them, because they need that break. But I think they do need a longer preseason. But I also think they need to that first game against Richmond this year. That was like the punch to the sternum that we just never really recovered from. I think if we had won that game, let's just say we had won that game, I think there would have been a different outcome, say the second game or maybe even the third game. I just don't think they have the skills, right? I just don't know why they're not applying them. And I think a couple of people still should be dropped. my opinion. I'm not going to say who, but
there's not too many more spots left. Not a lot of AFL listed players playing VFL. There's only a couple.
Yeah, I know. But, I'd be interested to see what we do, who we target in the draft. I don't know. I mean, right now our team is like Swiss cheese. There are some bits that are connected, but there's these holes that that we just, our forward connection is non-existent. Like when we grab the ball, when we contest for the ball, we're great, right? But then we can't move it half the time from the inside to the out to get that free flowing game, right? And then when we kick and make decisions on where the ball goes, it always goes to the one spot, not where our forwards want it, but where the defenders want it. And I don't know why. And I think that's a confidence thing. I really think a lot of that is confidence.
Yeah. You got to, we're seeing a team now that for the most part haven't played majority together. What's going on? Sorry.
What? Are you talking about my camera?
Yeah. Is it just me or is it like okay?
Yeah. Well, the Carlton curse for injuries. I've got the Carlton curse for the camera. I don't know.
Fair. No, that's okay. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think a lot of what I saw today was just poor decision making under pressure, and it just once it starts plaguing them, it was almost like in that first half they didn't give themselves time to think, and then in the second half it's almost like they started thinking a little bit, and as soon as their thoughts start creeping into their heads, weird things happen. Like Wiedering just drops a football, thinking about what he's going to do.
Half time. I think that's when it started. At halftime, I think in their head, it's going, oh, it's halftime. We're going to start fading out. Halftime, we're going to start fading out. Halftime, and then it becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy of theirs. Because then, but what gave me heart though, was even in the last quarter, there were signs of life.
Yeah.
Right. There were signs of life, and it was really only up to about, say, halfway through that last quarter where we sort of went, no, enough. I would say, but it's one of those what if games. It's one of those what ifs.
What if?
Now we're faced with a what now because we've got Gold Coast next week. Is it Gold Coast, isn't it? Yeah.
Gold Coast at Marvel, followed by Port Adelaide at Marvel, followed by Essendon at the MCG.
Let's hope for that Port Adelaide win, and right. But I hope they bring what they brought to Fremantle away, which isn't easy.
Yeah.
Right. Fremantle away they're a hard team to beat, but if we brought this intensity again next week, then I'd be happy with that, win or lose, and that's where I am.
Fair.
So,
will you be going next week?
No, I can't. I'm in Adelaide. So.
Oh, you're in Adelaide. Right.
Yeah. I'm in Adelaide, so I can't. I don't have the opportunity to get out much because.
No, that's fair.
I've got an old man I look after too sometimes. So.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Well, mate, I'm glad to have you around. Appreciate you calling in. And oh wait, before you go, Jack Silvani, does he stay or does he go?
I know what I want him to do.
Which is?
Stay.
Okay. What do you think he will do?
But I think he will go. And I don't begrudge the guy for going to Collingwood or any other team. The guy obviously has thoughts of well, if I stay here, what do I get out of it? So he wants to obviously play in finals. He wants to he wants to hold that cup, and that's fine. I wish that he would have the courage and the fortitude to say, well, I want to build that with Carlton. Because I think it'll mean a lot more than just transferring to an informed team You know, hey, that's fine, but I think there's more to that. I think there's more to this than what we think there is, because
Yeah.
the whole, you know, I'm sorry, man. I'm like ghosting. The whole SOS 1.0 drama, you know, to St Kilda, I think has a lot going on in his head as well. Like, you know, yeah, what should I? I mean, like, you know, they didn't treat my dad really well, and da da da. So I think there's a lot of other background noise that we're probably not aware of.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge the guy, but
yeah,
you know, I wish he does stay, man. I wish he does.
Fair.
He won't. I wish he does. And
Mate,
I don't care about TK anymore. He can go.
Mate, just give me 23 guys that put the shirt on every week that play.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
You get.
I do have a question for you though, right?
Sure.
I saw. I think it was on another YouTube channel. That I heard that Collingwood pay their players far less than what most other teams do. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know how to verify it. So,
well, I think it could be true, but I think in Carlton's case, what we've done is we've paid a small portion of players a lot of money. So, like, there's 6 of them who are paid a lot, maybe like close to $1 million, if not more, and we've sort of overpaid average players. We've, you know, maybe paid on potential, like Harry and Charlie and Cripps and Walsh and Dakota. Like, these guys are on Wiedering, like Williams and Sard, and like the list goes on. Like, we've paid these guys a lot, and we are not getting.
Because I heard that Darcy Moore, right, is getting paid like only 600 or 700 or something like that, and now.
Well, it's interesting you say that. It's interesting you say that, because I heard yesterday that he was paid like 850, 900. So it all, who knows? Who knows?
Right. Well, yeah, I know he signed on at a lesser amount, and then a year later he says, "Well, hold on, I want to be paid more." I know that, but whatever the amount is, the point is, right? If we want to build a club, right?
Yeah,
we need everyone's to like start at 500, man. It's to like go. Listen, you can stay at the club, but you know we're not going to pay you anymore. We're going to start being frugal, so that way we can actually have money to, like, you know, maybe attract other people.
We'll see. We'll just wait till they turn 28, and then we'll trade them out. That's the way we do it. It's
stingy wall, I don't know, just the way it is.
I love it. Hey, thanks for calling in.
No worries, man. Take it easy, guys.
See ya. Jad.
Hey. Fuck this shit.
Hey, man. I swear I believed today. I didn't think I was going to believe, but I believed.
Yeah, I've got the text chain. I know you believed.
Did you not believe at some point that something was happening?
Nah, not really. Not really.
Fuck.
Not in terms of the result, but maybe like I liked a lot of what I saw from the younger brigade for sure. But yeah, I wasn't really watching for a win, but I can't blame you. I mean, fuck, this has been the most depressing season of all time, and now it's even worse with Hoff.
Oh my god, man!
Like, I'm not saying this to you, bro. And I'm sorry for my language, but fuck off. Just get off me. Whatever this is, just piss off. Not my life. I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, so now next year we say, oh, wait till we get Hoff back. It's just disgusting. It's just disgusting.
What if I told you that both our top picks, our first few picks from the draft, is that what the situation is? Are they our first 2 picks from last year's draft? Jagger and O'Farrell?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe Ben was in there before O'Farrell. If I had told you that they would both do their ACL in their first season, like,
It's just
can't even-
bullshit.
We
It's
can't,
just-
we can't even rebuild.
we can't,
We
we can't even
rebuild.
start. Oh
We
my
can't even start the
god.
rebuild.
Oh, it's just bullshit, man. Like, I don't even know. Like, the bad juju is just get it off. Get that girl on the one. She talks about like spiritual stuff and all that. Like, I think we need her.
She says that we need more. Is it Gemini's or Sagittarius? I don't know. We need every. Is it woo-woo to say that it's just not football? Like there's a cloud of something that's holding it back, or is that just it's not that deep?
It's deep, man. I just don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is exactly.
It's
bro, I'll just fucking over it. Anyway, I got my notes here.
yeah.
If I'm Voss, I'm so embarrassed, and I'm going to take this in a different way. And bear with me. I'd be so embarrassed of my relationship with Craig McRae. Did you know how they're mates? Apparently, Voss is the cuck in that relationship. He's just, and I've always sort of had this weird feeling, this relationship that they have is just so bizarre and weird. It's like, and I just think maybe it's because when they were players, Voss was the man. You know, McRae was just the role player. And now when they've become coaches, McRae is the gun. You know, like everyone knows McRae is better than Voss, and Voss knows McRae is better than Voss. And I just don't think he's respected at all, really, by McRae. Like, that whole press conference with Silvani was the biggest slap in the bloody face, and it's about time Voss got angry or a bit annoyed about something instead of just saying to me, "Yeah, he's my mate. Yeah, we go out for dinner. Oh, they beat us by 10 goals, but it's right. We're gonna get dinner together. I'll bring a bottle of red. It'll be fine." Enough of that shit, mate. He's not your friend, Voss. He's not. It's such a fake bloody relationship. And that McRae admission about meeting Sauce was just another stab in the guts to us. Like, they bully us on the field and they bully us off the field. And it's about time. I'm actually with Voss. It's about time I'm happy he got a bit annoyed in that when they asked him about it, and I'm happy he said what he said, because you've been eating shit from this guy ever since you both became senior coaches.
Yeah. Would you prefer him to be this front-facing, strong-talking kind of guy that doesn't back it up? Because I get the feeling he's not wanting to play into the front-facing games. I think, Fly admitting it the way he did and just like taking a jab, like, yeah, I went on a date. Yeah, I'd like to go on another date with him. Like, fuck off, Fly.
Yeah, you
little
Prius
pimp.
Sly prick.
Fuck
My
off,
note
mate.
here, McRae, Sly prick. But there's a but, okay? Now, this is the left field way. In a way, I sort of dig it. Okay? So we speak about Collingwood owning the rivalry and, you know, being open. They want to beat Carlton and, fuck Carlton, this sort of stuff. As much as I hate what McRae did, it's still ruthless and uncompromising. We want your player. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want him. What are you going to do about it? We're going to go on a second day. Nothing you can do about it. I would love a bit of that with our club. I would love some of that. It's just bold. And that's coming from a guy who just knows he's better than you. He knows he's better than you, Michael.
You just reminded me.
Yeah,
Do you remember? I don't know who we beat, but it was last year. Someone will remember. We had it, and Voss said, "You got to beat us. You got to play 4 quarters." Do you remember that? Who was it? We beat someone, and he was like confident, like he had the confidence. He had it. He spoke with a real, almost the Carlton arrogance, but he was saying, to beat us, you got to play 4 quarters or something like that. Does anybody remember that? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think I do, but maybe it was the year before.
Maybe it was the year before. So it wasn't 2024. It was 2020.
I'm just guessing, but I remember the quote, but I just don't know who it was against, and I don't know the year.
Okay, people are saying it was Geelong. It must have been middle of the year last year. Must have been. But like, and then the time before that, when we lost to Geelong, he said it was unacceptable. Like it was kind of there, that ruthless speak. And now we're just like hands tied behind our back because everyone has to wait until these changes are made, and everyone's just like rattled.
That's why the way they've handled it.
I don't think we can show strength in this. Is the thing. We are weakened. Our hands are now tied behind our back, so to speak. Got no one else to blame but ourselves as the Carlton Football Club, by the way. I'm not blaming McRae. Like literally, this year is Carlton's fault, and like a culmination of the Carlton decisions that have been made over the years. And now for the next 3 weeks, that's why I think it's so tricky as a supporter, because you know that the club's hands are tied behind their back. You know that all this bullshit's probably gone on and something rotten has happened, and you're just kind of waiting for the purge. And then, you know, Collingwood's taking a pot shot while we're down. Like, fair play.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the part where I said I kind of like it. Like, I can see their side of it. They're a bunch of winners. They just want to win. Who gives a shit? But this isn't just this year, though, right? Like, I feel like McRae has been dunking on Voss since day one, man. Like, Voss has beaten him one time.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. Are you not fed up, Michael? Like, at what point does it become? Does he sit there and think, okay, this guy, he's not really my friend. We're in a competing industry together. Like, is he really my mate? Like, just fucking throw it in the bin, mate. It's called kill or be killed. It's the rules of the jungle, mate.
I think he knows, but also it's just because as a player he could do something about it on the field.
Yeah, now we can't do anything.
Whereas
I would love him. I would love him to go down swinging. Most of the world thinks he's gone. Why don't you just go down swinging, mate? Get a bit of pride. Just be the Voss.
Tell everyone to fuck off. I would love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
give me some see you next Tuesday. Go down swinging. Who cares now? Who cares anymore? Who fucking cares? It's just like the way the team plays. Who cares? Yeah. Like today, I really felt that when we really killed our own momentum, you could talk about the umpiring decisions and all this shit, but it's when Cowan took the mark sort of centre wing, and then he kicked it backwards. And then Sard went to Wiedering, and then Wiedering went back to Sard, and he went back to Wiedering, and then we got fucking hemmed in and punished. It's just that, why go backwards? Just go fucking forward. There's nothing to lose now.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. That passage of play. Was that the one where they fumbled it to each other, and then Lewis to Wiedering, and then Lewis got caught, and then everyone's going to like say it's Lewis's fault, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
As much as I love Cowan, like he's actually got something that was just the wrong decision. That was just wrong. And it's so weird because we were going full speed ahead at that time. But for whatever reason, he decided, no, we'll go back and calm it down. Just the fucking, well, that's growing pains, but.
Oh, no.
Growing pains.
No. All right. We're back to green shoots now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't it crazy? Sorry. Yeah. There you go.
Do you reckon we get like another version of the Journey documentary?
Well, what will they call that one? I don't know. What do you even call that?
The Phoenix rising from the ashes.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like my grade 6 speech that I gave when we won the Wizard Cup.
What'd you say?
I just remember one line from it, and I was like, when Carlton rose from the ashes to win the Wizard Cup. Oh, this club, mate. It's so fucking shit. And
Yeah.
oh my god, I don't know, man. Anyway,
I
I
like
think
some.
we'll
I like what I saw. I thought Corey Durden showed a bit as a sub today. I think he's a good sub.
and that's the issue, isn't it? Because I'm with you. I actually don't think he's too bad, but he's like the perfect sub player.
Yeah.
Lord, I thought Lord, fuck yeah, Lord's got it really nice, and I actually like Flynn Young, man. He's got something, a bit of class, a bit of at least he's having a go. Doesn't look too out of place in my opinion, despite yeah, I don't know, but
Fair
I don't
enough.
know. August 15 awaits.
Bring it on. 12 days, man. 12 days. We can do this.
Imagine if we don't hear anything.
Can't wait.
Okay, move
Anyway,
on.
man. I'll speak to you soon.
So yeah.
See you, bro. Mark. Contested Mark.
Well, that was contested work from Jad, and to the other callers that were on before. That was just great. Bravo. Literally bravo. I don't know what else to say, whether I could just elaborate it even further or just come up with my own view as usual. But yeah, actually that reminded me. Analia is the hypnotic psychic one that people were trying to obviously mention because obviously last week. Sorry?
The explicit Empress.
Yes. I've noticed through Instagram. Well, me being a Leo, she mentioned we needed more Leos. So that's the energy and fire, like the Rock himself. So a bit more of that, just a bit of everything really. But yeah, man, look, that's been the tale of our season, really. I mean, it was kind of expected in a sense. I mean, sure, of course, we would have loved to have won, but I mean, I think the only flattening part of it was that it got blown to 27 points. That did hurt. But again, it's more with the inexperienced bodies Cripps and Hewitt obviously just literally carrying us the whole game. But Cooper Lord, credit to him that he was pretty much the third midfielder that really dug in. And actually, I thought to you and to everybody else, do you just go with Cooper Lord over Adam Shearer?
Well, $800,000 a year. I don't know. I don't know if you can just. You mean like trade Adam Shearer?
I'm actually surprised how his name has not been mentioned at all. But obviously, you've had Akers, and there's been Mackay, and then there's been TDK, to name a few. I think Shearer could be one of those hidden ones that look either pay cut or not, or if anything, you might as well make the odd move that no one expects.
Look, at the end of the day,
I don't know.
At the end of the day, Shearer and Walsh would make this midfield run a bit better than what it did today. There's no doubt about that. We were undermanned. We were pretty inexperienced as a collective. I don't think many of us expected to be in the winning position that we were. And in the end, yeah, I don't know. If you're a Freo fan, I don't know if there's any Freo fans watching this. I'd love to know how they saw the game. Like, do they feel like the scoreboard flatters them? Do they feel like I don't know, because obviously the Carlton side of things, we're all jaded and pissed off and disappointed about the year. So there's a lot of negative lens on the year, and fair enough, it's been terrible. But I actually thought that was one of the better efforts considering who was out there today.
Oh yeah, because I think for them, they were probably thinking this is their best opportunity to really give us the beating that they would have loved to have put on us, and really try and gain some percentage. So like anything less of a win, or let alone a shock defeat for them, probably could have ended their season. But yeah, funny enough, they can still potentially miss out on percentage depending on the amount of games they might win or lose, or whatever's left for them. But yeah, look, we just got to keep punching.
How do you go with this situation of knowing that the future is going to change and trying to stay present? Like, did you watch today, enjoying any of it, thinking, hey, that's good for the future, let's keep him in, or like, do you not watch games now as interested?
I think that's basically like all of us, Terry, really. I think I'd mentioned a lot about Cooper Lord. He was getting very busy, being in and under, trying to obviously, help out with Cripps and Hewitt. and been very productive. Moya had his moments early, sure. And then obviously, you know, for a high half forward to a little bit in the midfield can obviously drop off. It was good for Harry O'Farrell to obviously get his first goal, only to then bloody do his knee. You got to feel for the kid. It breaks your heart, doesn't it? But look, I think it's just important that, you know, we're going to see, you know, spurts of these players where, you know, you saw the 1 week when Moya kicked 4 goals against Melbourne, and then, you know, and even with Carroll getting his first and Flynn Young to then the next or two get a few touches here and there, but we'll still make the odd turnover here and there. So I think it just comes to, you know, the more games you play, the better you'll eventually get. But I mean, you still want to be able to obviously have that winning feeling as well. So I'd like to think that we should be gutted that we let it, well, slip, but to let it slip by nearly 5 goals after being up by, you know, as good as 4 goals or so, and leading it for up to what, maybe 7 to 8 minutes, 10 minutes into the last quarter.
Yeah. Well,
it hurts. It does hurt. And it was 6 minutes to go, and it was still only a kick behind, and they just went bang, 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 bang.
From a Freo perspective, thank you, Simply Unco. Y'all were all over us first half. Great pressure, won and held field position and put it on the scoreboard. Smashed us in the middle all day, but happy we fought back. Right.
Oh, yeah. We smashed them in the middle, which has normally been our game. But you can just see the difference with the top sides where they're just slick with speed. And in order to survive in this game, you need a balance of, well, isn't that funny? Wasn't the word speed and power been talked about? Was it earlier this year or the previous year before that?
No, that was the mantra for this preseason, speed and power.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yes, that was the mantra. That's right. How about we just say nothing and just do it? Not even don't think, don't hope, do. Just don't say anything. You just do it. Why don't we try that?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because if they go out there and say nothing, then there'll be sections of us saying, "Oh, why don't they put it out there on the table and say we want to win a flag? We exist to win flags."
What more does there to say, Terry?
We're a walking, talking contradiction, mate. We are the most we make it complex. Maybe it's not complex. Maybe we all just think too deeply about it. I don't know, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. I mean,
9:42 p.m. on a fucking Sunday, and we're out here trying to unpack the Carlton Football Club.
Like I know. As bloody complicated as my
crisis.
previous exes, mate. As bloody complicated as my previous exes. It's just fucking unbelievable. I can't. I literally can't. No, but look. Oh, God almighty. Oh, look, I've said it before and I've said it again. I don't know how you keep doing this. I mean, I even did my own MCM's fans responses for 3 years, and obviously haven't been able to do it this year because, well, I'd be saying the same thing all over again. Oh, hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. You there?
Hello?
Hello?
Hosty.
Can you hear me?
Or am I taking over the show now? Who's next? Who's next to come on?
Hello.
Oh, well, it's been a tale of our story, hasn't it? Me. 3 more games.
Wait,
Gold Coast next.
Can you not hear me? Am I not here?
Port Adelaide on my birthday. Can we win that? And you'd like to think we'd beat Essendon. If we can't beat Essendon, then it could be the end of everything, really.
Am I not here? Can you not hear me? Mark?
Can we get someone else to come on?
What is happening?
Terry, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Hello.
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 Wait, what? Am I tripping? Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Well, if anything, mate, I thought I was basically taking over for a moment. I was basically going to get someone else to come on and I'll start asking the questions.
Wait, was I not there? What the fuck?
Bro, you weren't there. You actually weren't there.
I swear I was here.
No, because going from my end, right, you were circling around like the VPN or AVG was basically combust. I was just saying to myself, well, this is what's left and what's yet to come. I thought I was going to start hosting for a moment. Got my birthday in 2 weeks, so something's got to give. Oh, but actually, that was funny because I'd paused, but then I still kept talking like we were on radio. So,
well, mate, that was your opportunity to host the fan cams, and yeah, there you go. You did well.
I was half there. Well, not too bad. I had to still at least keep it rolling. Anyways,
all right.
Look, well, all I was going to just basically add on as well is that Gold Coast next, but you know what? As crazy as this sounds, I kind of want them to make the top 4. But again, if we could show a spirited effort, we'll see. But there you go again. Port Adelaide and Essendon should be the ones we should be aiming to at least, try and end on a high, and at least that way it could actually, obviously, keep Voss's coaching record of Carlton on the positive side. But again, we still don't know exactly what's happening there. One week it looks, one week it looks okay. Look, who knows, man. But what were your other takes? What were your takes?
I think I've pretty much said it. I like what I saw from some of these young fellas. I like the collectiveness of the group today. I think we've been crying out for them to look after each other on the field. I think they did that. Thought they remonstrated when they needed to remonstrate. But yeah.
Do you reckon that was the case because it happened to be Voss's 200th game as coach?
No.
Funny enough, it actually was that case today. Well, however people want to put it, but I just feel that whatever milestones or something to play for, there happens to be some form of effort, and then when it basically dies down, it just pretty much becomes very laid back, to be fair. But
yeah. Well, Mark, it's been a pleasure as always, my friend.
We've got 3 to go. Hopefully, try and at least finish 11th. I know that's not exciting either, but be pretty funny if Hawthorn miss out on the finals, considering that they've got our early pick, and then to think that if it only ends up being 2 spots above us for a team that might actually win 14 or 15 games and miss out, that'd be pretty absurd. So, yeah, nothing much more to say. I mean, everyone's probably covered up what needs to be covered up. We know we're expecting change. Well, you'd like to hopefully think so, but we can't keep the same group of players, staff, and all that. Like, there has to be seriously something. There has to be.
It's been a pleasure, my friend. Thank you for calling in.
No worries. TJP next.
See ya. Jeff.
Good evening, Terry. How are you?
I'm good, my friend. Good to see you again.
Yeah, sorry, I've been a bit busy lately. And to be honest, everyone else was sort of carrying the candle or the mantra with all the absolutely uselessness that's going on. But I felt today I'd like to call because I mentioned last year, this time, middle of the season last year, we got all the injuries and then we fell off because we had no depth in the playing department because not as much had come through. But I thought, if you look at it now, I think we got eight or nine younger guys that we've moved through over the season. And there was a different mantra today when they went out on the field. There was a bit more spirit, there was a bit more fire, there was a bit more. And I think it was coming for the younger guys more than anything. And I thought Pitternet did a great job today. And it was mentioned that we had no Chera. So possibly that might be an angle, but geez, Cooper Lord played well. All the young blokes played well. We all feel for Hoff. I hope he's okay. But yeah, he's got a bright future, that fella. Imagine if we could have had Lemmy in and some of the Camporellis in, railing them through. But Akers, to his credit, he stepped up a little bit today. But geez, Cowan, Carroll, these guys, they really, really fired up. And I think the back line, when Cowan switched it, there's a certain play that they do anyway, and they were running onto the ball. They just didn't run hard enough up that flank. But pleasing to see. There was a few more targets hit. I thought Pitternet, beautiful pass into the forward line.
Yes, who was that to? That might have been to Zach Williams.
Yeah, Zach Williams. Oh, put it right down his throat. You know, like that's just beautiful. You know, and it's coming, Terry. It's there. It showed you today, because Free are a tough side, and I'm glad they've got Gold Coast next week because they've got to do some work. You know what I think? Stuff the coaching and all that. These young blokes will work this out. They'll work out and take over. On the field, they take it over. Cripper played his guts out today, and I take the hat off to him. They showed a fair bit of spirit. And look, good things are coming. There's some good blokes coming through. It's the end of the season. It doesn't matter whether we win, lose, or draw. If we lose, we just get a better position. If we can trade TDK out, we get a better pick, don't we?
What do you make of all this talk about the unrest and who's staying and who's going? I mean, you obviously remember watching Steve play. I don't know if you remember the details. What is the source of the beef? The relationship breakdown? Like what? I don't know if you remember the details.
There's a major rift with Sauce Senior, Steve. When he was playing, the Silvanis were just an iconic name in Carlton, the family, right? It was just, the love was unbelievable. It's like what you got on the back wall there. Every time I see that, I see the Sauce family. What they've done, what's happened has come through. But what I see happening and developing is the possibility where Jay Sauce is in the end of his twilight career. Now, if he stays with this moronic management that we've got, he's got an uncertain future. And he's got a young family, and he's probably got 4 years left, 3 years left, depending on injury. He needs to make a quid and set himself up for the rest of his life. His service to Carlton has been exceptional. And good on him if he goes to Collingwood or Footscray or wherever. Make some money, mate. Get yourself a 4-year contract. Look after yourself and your family. The family's served Carlton very well. And we should just give him his blessing and let him go. Unless the club can pull out a 3 or 4 year contract and keep him, they should shut up and let him go. And quite frankly, I think the Silvanis have probably had enough. And he's an exceptional young man, Jesus, an absolute champion. So that's where it's at. I just give him whatever decision he makes. I'll accept it and say, good on you, mate. Thank you for your service. You know.
Yeah.
And
it's just such an interesting situation because I mean we want players that play for the jumper and players that play with that heart and that determination on the field. And I think he does that with the skill. He's been injured. I mean, he did an ACL last year, and this is the first year off the ACL. And he has had his injury concerns, and availability is always a question. I just get the sense that it's going to get a little worse now before it actually gets better into the clear air.
I think so. It's going to hurt a lot in both departments, but the thing that hurts me the most is when he plays, you can see how skillful he is compared to the others. He's a standout, and he plays with heart. He wears his heart on his sleeve too. He has a go. He has a fair crack out there, and he's a very tall individual. He's very versatile. But hey, look, footy. We've got to move on. We've really got to move on. And Jesus, thank you very much. Welcome to stay, but if you go, well, good luck. And, we'll keep supporting you. But we have to nurture these young guys coming through because we've got a good crop of young blokes coming through. So we're going to make sure that I was really impressed with their spirit today. The Cooper Lords and the Finn and them, they had a go, Cowan's an animal, mate. He's an absolute destructo machine. He's an absolute unit.
I thought that they actually started the game and they sparked the game, and then I thought Cripps and Hewitt started taking over a bit, and I thought, wow, this is a really healthy blend of young and old, and then,
I think Hewitt got in the way a little bit. He sort of fumbled a bit. Look, the Motlop scenario, the kid tries his guts out. He really does. 100%, 110% effort, but he's just a crash test dummy. He tackles. He's a mongrel. He's a good tackler. He'll get it because he's been given the games to get it.
Right.
which is unfortunate compared to the other guys.
Well, you think he'll come out the other end of it and he'll be better for it?
I think so. You saw a bit today where he's not nervous in front of goal now. He can kick a few goals, you know. And this is where I was disappointed that Owies went, because Owies was a goal kicker. Kennedy was a goal kicker. I would rather have lost Chera compared to Kennedy, you know, because Kennedy had a bit of grunt in him. And wasn't it interesting how the centre flowed in the first half without Chera? You know, and yeah, you just sort of think, okay. I've been watching Chera all year. He started off well with us, and he's just declined, I reckon. And his disposal's not that flash. And that's one area the club needs to really, really work on, his disposal. Time and space. If you watched the Wallabies and the Lions last night, we nailed them because time and space, right? We took their time and space off them. They couldn't operate. Carlton in the first half took time and space. Time means ball in the air takes away your space. So if you hit them with a dart, you give them space and you give them time to get away. David Rees-Jones football. You know, that's why he always looked good. In the good Carlton era, they had the skills. Now, these young guys that have been coming through for the last 15 years, I think they've got a better pathway, a more skilled, more coached pathway than say some of the older guys that are in the team now. You can tell. So there's a lot of these kids, these high draft picks, they've got good skills. They really do have good skills. And they've just got to train. They've got to train harder. They've got to work these skills. They've got to practice their skills. Do everything at full pace, you know, under pressure. That's how you do it, not just jogging around the paddock like you did a vlog there where they were doing training, you know, and it just looked like a stroll in the park, like a father and son kick, you know.
Yeah.
Got to go harder. But
absolutely.
Great day. I thought, I'm not disappointed. What I saw, I really liked, and the future's going to look good. Another hard game next week. Let's see how they cope with it. Let's see if they can go for two and a half or 3/4. They'll do it. They'll learn. They'll do it themselves. Don't need idiot coaches to tell them what not to do. They'll work it out. Thank you very much.
Good on you.
Well done.
Thanks,
well
Jeff.
done, Terry, and everyone, baggers. See you next week, maybe.
See you, my
Take
friend.
care.
Bye.
Cheers.
Lucas.
G'day, Tez. Can you hear me all right?
Mate, loud and clear. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, a bit disappointed with how the second half went. I actually had quite a lot of confidence going into this game. I actually thought we were going to win. And for a lot of that first half, we were playing really, really well. We were absolutely pumping him. Like, we were beating him every area on the ground, especially in that first quarter. And I just thought our lead wasn't as big as it could have been early on. And then as the game continued, I just had this sinking feeling that we didn't quite capitalize off how well we were playing by, you know, increasing our lead on the scoreboard. And then, you know, I was obviously right, as typical Carlton fashion, you know, second half blues. I think it's just a mental thing now. I think every game they go into halftime thinking we can't let it slip, and then they get in their heads. And I think it goes back all the way to the GWS game last year. I honestly think it goes that far. That their mentality is just. I think that's probably the issue. Like, we've seen at times they can be good enough. Yeah, I just reckon it's a big mentality thing, the consistency.
Yeah, I do wonder what happens to them when they start thinking about the result.
Yeah.
When the second half comes and it starts, you know, and those thoughts come. I actually thought it worked in our favor today with Freo, because I could sense it from the Freo fan base, like, oh, how are we going to lose today to Carlton? Like, how the umpire is going to fuck it up for us today, or like there was a bit of that going on. And I also wondered if that crept into Freo's head a little bit as well. The players, the fan base, you know, obviously they end up running away with it and you know, coming home with it. But yeah, would love to know what the fix is. Maybe one day we'll figure it out, get out there.
Yeah. I mean, look, these games don't really mean a whole lot at the moment. Like, our season's been done for a while now.
Mm.
The thing that got me the most upset was Hoff doing his knee. Like,
Yeah.
he's been one out of all the kids I've seen come through. He's been one of the ones that I've really, really liked the look of him. I thought I said to my mate the other week, I said I genuinely could see him potentially being like a 200 gamer. I think his ceiling's that high, and to just see that happen, like I actually double checked what you said before. You're right. Our 2 top picks in the draft both have had big knee injuries. Like, as you said, we can't even draft properly. It's just everything about this club. It just doesn't work.
And you can't blame. I mean, it's out of our control. I mean, you want to get games into these youngsters. He got pushed off the ball. He landed off balance, and that's usually how it goes with these type of injuries. You're at risk when you're planting foot off balance.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
There were, a lot of promising signs. I thought Cooper Lord had a really good game. I've heard a lot of people say that. I thought the back line for a lot of the game was actually really, really good. I liked Lewis Young a lot of the time. I liked Haynes. But then I just like the moment where Wiedering just drops the ball. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I've never seen him do anything like that. He's so polished.
Don't know what happened there.
That's why it has to be mentality. Like, I just don't get how it always goes wrong.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. What happens next week?
I think we'll probably lose. I reckon we'll probably lose by about 5-6 goals. Maybe. I just want to see us put up a fight. I just want to see, the young kids have a go. Is Lemmy fit, or is he injured right now?
He's got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, because I was wondering why we didn't bring him in, but if he's injured, then that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm pretty sure if I just go to the injury list, Lemmy. So on the 29th of July, which was 5 days ago, whatever, hamstring rounds 23 to 24. So he won't be available next week. He might be available week after that.
Because I looked at the squad selection and I was like, why has he picked Francis Evans instead of a key forward? But I mean, that would make a lot of sense. To be honest, I don't look into the VFL as much as I probably should. I check the scores and the stats a little bit, but I just like seeing the young kids have a go, like when you're not really playing for anything. I just like to see efforts. I like to see, what the future could look like, and that's why the O'Farrell thing's it's just shit. Like, if we like to lose anyone, we could have lost anyone, and it's him. Like, it's just not. Yeah, who would you like to see us move on? Because obviously we have to adjust the list at the moment.
I mean, let's get to the. I think a starting point is a genuine sit down, face to face. Hey, are you in or are you out?
That's spot on.
I think I believe it has to start there.
We don't want players that don't care. We don't want players that don't want to be here, and that's why, to Tom de Koning, you can go. If Silvani really wants to leave, like, just go. Like, I agree. I want people here that actually want to play for Carlton. I definitely agree.
So I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you had asked me this like 2-3 months ago, I would have said maybe Zach Williams. But the way that I've seen him compete,
he's been our best player in the last.
He's been one of our better players. Yeah. That's the standard, though. That's the standard. That's the minimum standard. So I think we get to the end. We've got to wait. Unfortunately, it's a sinking feeling and a sinking ship. But we've got to wait.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of changes that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And that there has to be. I mean, it can't keep going on like this,
Yeah. Lucas, mate, you have a great night, and we'll chat to you soon.
All right, bye.
See ya. Travis.
Good night. I'm sorry, Terry. How's it going? I'm just a lot of mixed emotions right now. It's pretty late at night. What can I say? This is my first time on the stream.
Mate, welcome to the fan cams.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Good to have you on the fan cams. What did you think? What was your overall feeling about the game and the performance?
Wow, what can I say? Well, being a long time, I've been supporting Carlton ever since I was probably about 5 or 6. I've grown up at first disinterested, then came to time around about 2009, 2010. I started getting into the footy and supporting Carlton. And usually that was around that time I was probably the most emotional, and coming, especially during the times of Malthouse and Bolton coaching, I was the most emotional, and I was like really like frustrated with where the club was at, and just no clear direction, and just not playing kids, and just bringing in all these like like secondhand players and that. Nowadays, especially like tonight's performance and this year, I think I kind of saw it coming from a mile away, especially this season, which was
what was the big tell for you?
I don't know. It's just basically I kind of have this sort of spiritual connection myself with this club, and I just know that for some reason there's always, whenever we try to start or like a clean slate, or just rebuild or reset things or readjust, there's always one glaring deficiency that's there, and it does happen to just spread like throughout, like infect all other areas of the club, from the coaches, the staff, to the players and the coteries and the boards. Like it just, and it got to the point at the start of this season, and this was the first time. It wasn't just me. It was a lot of people. I was like a Carlton supporter. I was reading some of the things they were saying in the lead up to the first round this year, where they didn't really have, like high hopes. They didn't really have like any hope that things would get better from last year. Like they felt a little bit like down. I'm like they were expecting things to go wrong, and I was included. And much to my like prediction and my like expectation of this club, they just it ends up being that way. I think that's just the case with this club. And
what's it going to take to have that turnaround, do you think?
Sometimes, like I usually would, I'm one to not like have a hard time believing in miracles, but it's just finding that having everything just click, connect, and having the right people in the right positions, having the right attitude, the right culture and environment. Everything just needs to go right. Because what I noticed with Carlton, it's a lot of little things. Like every time our team performs poorly, you're always looking at different areas, and it's normal to do that. And in a way, everybody is right about that. It is but a lot of things here and there. It's not simply just the senior coaches, even though like media and the journalists are all about trying to get heads to roll in that. So yeah, it's not just the senior coach or coaches and all that. It's the entire environment. Yeah, you just need the right players there. Like I'm looking at this year, and
but how do you know who the right players are? Can you tell me who they are? Who are the right players for next year?
This is quite interesting in regards to the players, because this year has, like, when we were walking into this year, we were thinking Wiedering, Walsh. We were thinking they were the next ones to take the captaincy off Cripper.
Yeah.
And then we see them. Well, Walsh is a little bit more unjust to speak about, because obviously his body hasn't been, kind to him. But Wiedering there's been a few mixed messages about his performance tonight. I think he did subpar. It wasn't his best performance, but he did some good things. But yeah, in terms of the leadership aspect, I mean, that after the round 1 performance against Richmond and him pulling the team aside, I thought,
sorry, just to get you back on track.
yeah,
You're talking about the right players moving forward. We're now talking about round 1. You're saying we need the right players moving forward. Who are those right players?
Well, for starters, you got to have a younger crop, obviously, and you got to have a leader, a leader, and a younger crop for them to lead. So you got to have someone who I honestly, I'm looking to the leaders. You got to have someone that we know can take them forward. Now, when I'm saying what I was saying about round 1 with Wiedering, when he pulled aside the group, I thought we could be seeing that more often this year from him. Have we seen it since? I don't think we have.
Okay.
Because there's only so much he can do. So I'm looking at the plays that we didn't have this year. And there's one player I feel like is a massive loss. And it's not in terms of their playing ability, but their leadership. And I feel like they have it in him. They have it in him. Newman. Hands down, Newman. Right. That is a massive loss. And I know he's definitely at the twilight years of his career. He's like 32, 33. But there's something about Newman that I feel does, like, he's got that very sternness about him in the way he approaches footy and his teammates around him and the communication and that. And that's something I don't feel like a lot of the other players that are currently like fit and are playing out on the field right now have. Cowan, right. That's why we praise Cowan, because I feel like he learns a lot off Newman. That I not only has a grunt on him that playing that in his playing ability, but I kind of feel like he's going to eventually develop those leadership skills and qualities too. Yep. He's that secret leader, that underrated leader that's hidden within the squad.
I understand. Travis.
Yeah.
Mate. Been a bloody brilliant conversation tonight. That's what it's been.
Oh, absolutely. I don't want to hold you up. I know I can be quite talkative, but yeah, that's all I was wanting to really say. Just going into next year, we really need to sort of look at, okay, who can take us forward. It could Cripper be a captain? How much longer he's going to be captain?
Yep.
And then we just got to look at, okay, who's the next in line? Because there's starting to be questions raised.
Well said, my friend. Thank you for calling in.
No problem. Thank you. No worries. Catch you around, Terry.
Bye. Nick.
Hey, Terry, can you hear me?
I can, mate. Loud and clear. How you doing?
Perfect. Mate. Expected, I guess, from tonight. Expected.
Was it?
Kind of. I mean, look, we've been here before, haven't we?
Yeah, mate. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just, I guess, like, putting the game aside first, like, where do you start this year? Like, where do you start?
January 8th. That's where you start.
That is where you start, actually, yeah.
I will never forget this year for the wrong reason.
Hey, trust me, I don't think anyone's going to forget this year. I don't think anyone is.
Honestly,
look,
before this year, we were talking. I remember thinking about like how bad it's been, and you remember when we used to win 2 games a year in 2018, and like remember how bad it was, and 16 players on the field for GWS. Like, tragic. I think this year will become at least it's not 2025. I think it'll become one of those.
That's a good way of putting it. I'll just quickly give my thoughts of the game. Like, first off, first half, again, what needs to be said, brilliant. Like, we were pressing, we were showing great grit in the contest, just players doing their role, like hunting the ball like a pack of wild dogs and just showing determination to win the ball back. Like, that should be the standard at the Carlton Football Club. Just that's the standard all these players, whether it's young or old, should be going at. Just constantly hunting the ball and wanting to win it back and then getting it forward and scoring goals. Like that's the standard. You know, guys like Frankie Evans did it, Flynn Young, Cooper Lord, Will White, who I think is going to be a fantastic small forward for us in the future. Will White, like you can see it in his interviews. He genuinely cares. He genuinely does care. And when I think I saw on the Monday Blues story, they said, "Give me 100 Will Whites." I'm like, yes, I want 100 Will Whites as well. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, attitude's a big thing. That's what I thought about today. I thought the collective attitude was different to what we've seen over the last month for a bit longer. Yeah.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
Skills have been the story
Oh,
of the year, and they hurt us, and opposition teams capitalize on us when they have better skills than what we do, particularly by foot. And
yeah, I
that's
mean,
not going to change because we want it to change. That's not going to change this year. It's just not, unfortunately. We
yeah.
didn't prepare well enough for it. But the baseline of the effort and the contested stuff was there. And I mean, you lay 88 tackles, you've put in a shift.
Yeah. I mean, look, honestly, last quarter, I thought for the entire game we kept Sarong pretty quiet. I know Cooper Lord had the job on him for a bit, and then I think Hewitt rotated to Sarong, or he could have stayed with Jaeger O'Meara. I can't remember. But yeah, for like for the entire game, we kept Sarong quiet, and then out of nowhere, something happens, and that fourth quarter, Caleb Sarong just proved why he's a quiet smoky for the Brownlow this year. But yeah, like there you go. Is it game planning? Is it confidence? Is it shifting focus somewhere else? I don't know. But like that just kind of sums up some of our moments this year. That
I think
kind of
so.
does.
Yeah, I think so. What do you make? Did you see this week Elijah Hollins? Like all of a sudden he was spotted.
I'll quickly talk about two things that I saw that, and Vossi just confirmed in the post-match conference. Yeah, he's coming back via VFL, which is great news.
Really?
That's great news. Yeah. I mean, if you go on the AFL app and see his interview, he said that. But like, yeah, look, again, great news. Love Elijah. All these rumors about Elijah having,
Yeah. Understood.
back and forth with.
Yeah.
Don't read into that. That's just stupid. Don't read into that. I don't believe that for 1 second.
Yeah.
I genuinely think Elijah's just trying to get on top of his problems, and good on him. He's coming out. He's asking for help. And that's great that Elijah's doing that. It takes a lot of guts to do that. But look, Elijah, we love him. He's a great player, and we hope he stays here longer and he plays good footy with his brother, Ollie.
Yeah.
And that's all we can say and hope for the time being.
Well said, mate. Any other themes? Anything else before we move along?
Yeah, look, I'm of the same sentiment with I can't remember who it was in the Jumper Punch when they were talking about the list. I'm of the same sentiment as I just can't remember his name, but anyway, I'm of the same sentiment. Like, don't panic about the list. Don't panic about who's staying, who's going. Like, again, I think we all need to come together and just say we had a shit year. We had a terrible year. Like, there's no running away from that.
Yeah.
But like you say, Terry, and like everyone else says, let's get to the end of the year. Let's get to the trade period and the draft. Let's just sit down with all the players. Let's sit down with everyone. Just say, are you in? Are you out? And let's just go forward with, like Robert Fleecey said, with calm and collected decisions. So don't get sucked into anything you hear. Just slow down. Think about what's actually going to happen. And then we go again next year, because that's all we can do. Yeah.
Well said. Have you been on the fan cams before?
No, first time. I wanted to come on with a win, but I just thought, you know what? I'll jump the gun and come on and talk. That's it.
Fair. No, I love it. Good to have you here, mate. Thank you.
Nice, Terry. Thank you.
See you, man. Love that. Fresh faces. If anybody else would like to join for the first time, you're more than welcome to. There's the link. Or if anyone else would just like to join, you're more than welcome to. Andrew.
Hey, Tez, how are you, man?
Mate, the setup, it's come a long way. Wow, look at it.
I know, I haven't even aligned it properly. There you go. I just thought I'd get comfy, man. That's it. How you going, bro?
Yeah, good. Sunday night. I like that it's not too late of a game, although it's going to be a crammed week getting the review and stuff out. But yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a better watch than the last few months.
Definitely, man. You know when you said I can't remember who it was with, maybe a couple of minutes ago about attitude. I've noticed that when we have more youth in this team, it makes the senior boys lift a little bit as well.
100% agree.
But the one thing I fear, man, is has the senior dudes copped that much trauma over the years that they'll never get over it? I fear that the most, man.
It's
Like
the cycle, man. It's when Murphy, Gibbs, and when these kids came through, we had the elder guys that were playing, and then at some point that turns around. Like Walsh is about to go through that. No more is he a young kid. He's now the one that's got to carry the burden. I don't know how we get out of that cycle. It's like you get to your 4th or 5th season, and then the burden of it just like infects them.
I know. It's contagious, man. Like, was when you said January 8th, was that when Luke Sayers did the dick pic thing?
Yeah.
Was that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like since then, it was that. Then Newman goes down. Jagger goes down. Round 1 happens.
Harry.
Oh, no,
Harry goes down.
Yeah, Harry, Elijah.
Yeah.
And now Charlie, now Jack, now, man, it's every week there's something. And it's like, this is on top of already what's happened.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I don't know how they're going to get over it. But like I said, with youth, hopefully coming into this side and lifting those senior blokes, hopefully something happens. Like tonight we saw it for 3 quarters, but this game reminded me exactly of Sydney earlier this year. And you just, like the whole time, man, I knew we weren't going to win. I don't know if you felt that too, but I just felt like there was just, we'd get to that point where Freo would hit the lead and that was it. We're done. As soon as other teams get in the lead, it's like the foot comes off the gas kind of thing.
I think before Freo hit the lead, I don't know which goal it was. Which one was it? Maybe Tracy. Yeah. Tracy kicks the goal to put him in front. That was the one where Brayshaw kicks it off the ground to aim it, and it just hits Amos. Oh, fuck off. Like,
oh, no. I thought the same thing. I'm like, fuck off, you jam.
Fuck off.
Oh, no, man.
So that happens. And I think before then we had been leading for like 99% of the game. But I did feel that a little bit too. Then I thought when Durden kicked the goal to
bring it back.
I thought we were a chance. And then
remind me, I don't know if you remember this, but Pitnet's gone for goal. 45 meters out. He's nailed one of the goals of the season a few weeks ago from even further out.
Yeah.
And Harry Mackay, for some weird ass reason, is like, hey, I'm here, man. And Pitto, I'm just screaming. I'm like, man, take your 30 seconds. Let the boys recuperate because we're under the pump at this point. And he handballs it to Harry out on the full. I'm just like, it's tearing my hair out.
Let's unpack that, right? So Harry Mackay wants the moment as the guy, wants to take the responsibility. Is it his fault or is that just more of a, like Pitto's like lesser in the pecking order, so to speak?
True.
But I am with you.
I think it's Harry's fault.
Yeah, I think so too. I think if you're going to call for that ball, you better kick it.
Yes, 100%. Like, to kick it out on the full, oh, man, it was demoralizing. I'm just like, come on, man. But, like, what I would have thought if I was Harry, I was be like, give faith to your teammate to kick the... Just give him a... Man, he launched one from 65 meters out. He can do it. But, yeah. Oh, no,
Funny
man.
you say that because I thought in that moment as well, I thought one thing that they did well for the majority of today was trust each other. Didn't matter who was out there. They had no choice. Whatever kids were out there, they had to kick to them and handball them and use the first option. And then as the pressure started mounting, you started seeing some of these moments where they weren't giving the first option, whether that was because of a lack of trust with who they were potentially giving it to or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lack... when there's a lack of composure, the skill level just drops and everyone starts making errors one after another. And like I was thinking, sometimes with this team, the moment becomes just too big and they can't handle it. And we saw it in the prelim against Brisbane when we were up 5 goals. And then it was like that moment just became too freaking big. And it was like they shocked themselves. But they've got the fucking ability and potential to do it. You can see it, but it's all up here.
I personally I could be wrong. I'm wrong most of the time because I don't really know what happens inside the four walls, right? But I just think this team is physically fit enough. I think it is the pressure, their ability to handle the pressure that is what's stopping them. I just can't cop that they are not fit physically enough to run out games. They laid 88 tackles. They were ferocious. Like I feel like that's just an excuse.
Yeah, it
But
is.
I
It's
could be
like,
wrong.
no, I'm with you 100%, man. I agree. Like, I think they doubt it, and that makes them work less in the last quarter or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, you're gonna need like scientists to figure out this team. Seriously, it's crazy. There's so many bloody things. But look, man, hopefully we can turn it around. We'll see. I'm not going to rely on Graham, right? But hopefully he can change the culture a little bit or become more ruthless. I think that's what we need to become. Just more ruthless and have a bit of killer and, a bit of a bad guy edge to us.
Do you
we're
reckon?
lacking that.
Do you reckon they'll keep Vossi?
Nah. I think he's done, man. I think honestly, like, he's probably like a really good dude and whatnot. And I think he's got the best out of this team, and he peaked already. And it's just too hard to bring those senior guys back. I don't know. I just think they're not that they're holding the team back. It's just I think they mentally just can't do it with Voss anymore. I think they're the ones that have checked out. Yeah.
It's interesting because in my experience, like I don't remember watching David Parkin coach teams, but Voss is the best coach I've seen. Like the one that like I remember, he's the one that's gotten Carlton the furthest. I
hope I'm wrong, man. I hope I'm wrong. But he is the best one since Parkin. I think he is. But is he the right man? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's so freaking hard to tell. Like, it's definitely not all his fault. I know there's other factors that come into it, but yeah, whether or not he's the right man, it's so hard to tell. It really is. Yeah. But anyway, we'll see. See what happens.
Mate, 3 more weeks.
Yeah. 3 long weeks, man. Good to see you, brother.
You too, man. Speak soon.
Cheers, man. See ya.
See ya. Connor.
Hi, Terry.
How you doing, my friend?
Oh, good. How are you?
I am going good, mate. I'm good. What did you think of the game today?
First off, the first quarter was pretty good.
Yep.
First quarter.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, we were trying to get better in the second. And until like third quarter, same thing. But then the last quarter's like flew away.
Why do you think they fall away? What happens?
I thought we were going to have to win.
Yeah.
But just flew away. Like, I mean, in between the game, I thought I really what I saw, and when I saw Sad himself injured,
Yeah.
like what's
Yeah,
going
that was
on
sad,
with
mate.
him?
That was very sad. That was very,
I
very
know.
sad. Yeah. But a few kids did some good stuff today, I thought.
Yes, I thought it's the same thing. Because I figured they're going to do the same thing. Like, I thought then they kick some good ones, and then some good
Yeah.
first quarter, but just not very good last quarter.
It's unfortunate, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Well, there's always next week, hey?
Yes, and I am going to be in Melbourne next week.
Okay. We will chat to you next
Are
week
you
then.
going to be in are you going to the game?
I'll be at the game next week, of course.
Yeah, I'll be coming. I'll be down in Nightball watching Carlton, like I said, usual.
You're going to be at the game.
Yeah.
You're going to be at the game next week?
Yes, I am.
All right. Let's be in touch. Maybe we can come say
Yes,
hello.
I'll be in touch.
All right, my friend. Take care.
You too.
See you, Connor.
Bye.
Liam.
Hey man, how you going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, thanks. I just wanted to come on and have a chat to you.
What do you got for me, mate?
I'm just feeling really down about Harry, mate. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It's pretty shocking. It's shocking stuff.
Like, I was like, he's been my highlight of the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I like to think I'm a pretty positive person and try and always look for positives in things, and yeah, you know, not trying to dwell on negatives too much. And so finding things like Harry and stuff like that. And I was talking to my mate during the week who's a Hawks supporter, and I was like, I'm actually really excited for the future. Like, you know, obviously the blokes that are playing at the moment, and then there's obviously the talk about Cody Walker and Harry Dean and those guys coming through. Like, obviously it feels so negative at the moment with all the media and that sort of stuff as well at the moment. But, you know, just that picture that I have in my head of, you know, this team in a few years' time. Obviously, there's a lot to play out before then, but it actually does get me excited. And then, you know, seeing Harry back out there tonight, kicks his first goal, beautiful moment, and then literally a couple of minutes later that happens, and it's just like, why? Like,
Well, it's
I don't
weird.
know.
It's weird when things turn to shit like they have. We've almost been forced to like look for the hope somewhere, and it comes in the form of the kids. And then
Yeah.
it's like, then there's the process of accepting that, and then you do accept it. Some people take longer than others, and then you get a fucking ACL injury to the one that really has been leading the charge in terms of like the next generation, the fresh. Yeah, like, I mean, Cowan and Carroll have been pretty solid, but I think Harry O'Farrell was just showing like super science almost too early.
I know. And like,
So,
and I was saying to my mate, I was like, I feel like, you know, list wise, the defense is probably the least of our issues at the moment, you know, when you see stuff like that.
yeah.
But it, as much as I hate to say it, it almost like it's fitting.
Yeah.
And the fact that our season's been bookended with Jagger Smith, obviously, and everything that was exciting about him and how much excitement he was bringing to our fans opening the season up, and then, you know, almost closing the season off with this as well. It's just like, is there a more Carlton thing than that happening in the last few years? Like, that's the Carlton way, isn't it? You know, it has to be that way.
We can never seem to have good things come our way at certain points.
I know. And like, yeah, like injuries suck in general and ACLs suck in general. But yeah, and like I've done a couple of knee injuries myself, but you know, when you see these kids that are out there, and as fans, you're so excited for them and so happy for them that they're killing it at that level, and then, you know, putting yourself in those shoes, and you just go like, yeah, like he was one I was so excited to watch next year as well. Sort of whatever happens with us next year, to see him keep developing there.
Yeah.
And then yeah, to think that, you know, he's probably not going to really get another crack until this sort of time next year. It's just like, and you think about the number of times this has happened with a player that's been, you know, getting us excited. You know, obviously there was Silvani, there was Doherty, even Newman's injury. It just feels like it happens time after time after time. And I know it happens with a lot of clubs, and that's, yeah, and that's fair, and that's footy, and that's injuries, but it just always feels like it comes at the worst moments. So yeah, I'm shattered for him. Like, yeah, it's just tragic, really.
Yeah. I think this year's, I don't know, I'll reflect on it at some point. This year's probably just pushed me closer to something I already knew, and that's just like none of it matters. Like,
yeah,
none of it actually matters.
Yeah.
Like, can't be relying on a football club to, you know, have you
Oh, and
happiness.
that's the
It's
thing.
like giving your fucking life to something that's out of your control to be happy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
And
the lesson.
100%. And like, yeah, I'm also, you know, big on, you know, you can only control the things that you can control. And
Yep.
if something's not in your control, I think that it's like, you know, not worth putting too much stress or too much worry on that. But then that completely contradicts us as football fans, because none of this is in any of our control, really, and we
And none
put
of them
so much time into it
it's so true,
emotionally.
man. It's so true. Yeah. Like I honestly, I live my life very much in a way where I'm like, yeah, everything's my fault. Everything's
Yeah.
in my own control. The way I react to everything is in my control. And then for some reason, I give that up to
Yeah.
a sports team who don't even really know who I am. Like to my core, don't like, yeah, they
Yeah.
might care. They don't really care. They're not supposed to care.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like not a single thing that I do during the week is going to have a single impact on the results of this football club, what this football club does financially, what they do with players, and yet I invest so much time and effort and money and emotion into it. So, oh, it's funny, but you know, that's what makes it interesting, I guess.
That is what makes it interesting because then you've got
Oh.
like the confirmation bias that there's so many other people that are also doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's like a
So
TV show.
it is, man.
It's
It's a
genuinely like
movie.
a TV show you're watching on Netflix, and everyone else is watching it at the same time, and no one, like, it's premiering, no one knows what's going to happen, but everyone just goes through the roller coaster and feels the highs and lows of it all. But I just wish that we knew that there was a good ending to this TV show.
Amazing.
Yeah.
This your first time calling in?
Second time, actually. The first time was after after we beat Sydney in that final, in the semi-final, in 2023. That was my first time calling in. I
You
tune in
literally-
most weeks,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I was sitting there doing uni and I was listening to the fan cams and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go and have a chat to Tez.
Mate, love that. That's cool.
So yeah,
That's cool. Well, yeah.
yeah,
You
it's been a
actually,
long time.
yeah. 2.5 hours in,
I
and you've given me a philosophical realization. It's good.
Yeah, no, but long-term fan of the channel as well. I met you, I think 2 years ago at Mexico at People's First Heritage Bank, whatever it was, up in the Goldie when we played against the Gold Coast. I think it was 2024 or something.
23 or down by 41?
23 maybe. Yeah, that would have been it.
Oh, did we take a photo? There were two of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, there were two of you. I specifically
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, Queensland bag. I haven't been able to. I've been to one game this year actually. It was the Carlton Collingwood game. I flew down earlier in the season to the G with a Collingwood mate. So that was a bit of fun, but haven't seen them in Queensland this year, but may not be the worst thing in the end.
Yeah. Well, mate, enjoy. Hopefully we can do something magical next week, but we'll see.
Yeah. Appreciate it, mate.
Thanks for calling in, man.
No worries. I'll catch you around. Have
See
a
ya.
good one.
You too. Danny,
Tez, how are you, my brother?
I believed, mate. I allowed myself to believe today.
Bro, who has the fucking voodoo dolls, man? Can somebody just fucking come out and just tell us who the fuck it is who's just got a fucking spell on us right now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, think about it. Like, just think about it. Like, if this year wasn't, if the fan base and the fans that have no control over anything but still commit their life and their money and their time to this club, if this year's events weren't enough to like really grind us into the ground, you know what actually hasn't hit me that Harry O'Farrell's done his ACL. It hasn't really sunk in yet because I've been here the whole time from the final siren. Like, what the fuck is going on?
I swear, bro. There's still no confirmation, by the way. I don't know if Rossi said that or somebody doctors had confirmed it or not. It's still, I think, I'm hoping it's a Sam Darcy situation, Des, where it's a suspected ACL and it's not. Bro, please, like, we are cupping the losses as we are. I just don't want one of the fucking shining lights of the season where we've had nothing to just go down with an ACL and make an appearance like almost more than half of his next season a waste. I hope that's not the case, man. Seriously, like, come on, man.
Well,
seriously,
it just makes that whole Jack Silvani conversation even more.
I was gonna ask you. You know what?
Dude,
I was like, is this? So is Silvani staying now? Is that what the play is now? Is because now he has a guaranteed role in the team. Is it not? Fuck me dead. But you know what? It's a joke, but you're obviously expecting a loss. The effort was there, but we knew that if the young ones play like they play, the effort is going to be there. And it's just a game test. Like, how many times have you watched the same game where we have this feeling that even though we are 4 goals up in the halftime, that the opposition is going to get an upper hand because our one word is our clearances. And as soon as we lose clearances, which we did in the second half of the game was gone. And then I think Wasi, when he came down from the rooms, and he came down and spoke to Kripa lifted, and then we showed something in the fourth quarter. But then they lifted as well. Sarong lifted because Sarong was pretty much tagged out of the game by Hewitt, and he had like 25 disposals by halftime, which was amazing. But we just can't keep persisting with that game plan, Tez. It's fucking taxing, man. Like you watched the game, right? You watched Collingwood's game yesterday. Obviously, we spoke about it. We watched the fucking Crows game, which was electric, a Hawthorn game. We don't play like that, man. And you know what, Tez? That's what I was thinking. Like,
But can I just add to that, right?
go on, yeah.
All of these teams that we all look over the fence and talk about, right? They all say the same thing as what we do. They just say contest and defense. We say contest and pressure. All of the top teams, when they do post-game interviews, all say it. We've got to get our contest and defense right. I just think there's like a layer that we're missing, like with ball movement. Like I don't think it needs to. I don't think we need to skew all the way as what it seems people are talking about.
I agree. I definitely agree. But I think their version of contest and pressure, I think it's more effort. When they talk about that, it was like bring heart into the game, like bring yourselves into the game, make every contest as if it was a grand final. Like, just put yourself out there. And that's why everyone says effort is free. Like, you can obviously come in and show effort, but it's just one of those things today. Like, we need good kicks in the team. We know that. And once we lose clearances, we lose effort, then we get found out on the outside, mostly. And I think I saw Jad came in earlier and he spoke really well about McRae and also Wasi about how they're mates and all of that stuff. You know what I believe? I believe Wasi knows that he's out. And this is just my inkling. And McRae also knows that he's out. So McRae did that because he already knows that Wasi is out. So he's like, fuck that. He's already out. And I'm just nobody does that, Tez. It's very stupid for McRae. He's a smug dog. I don't like him. He just says the right things, and he's one of those people that I know that he's just not what he shows in the media. But then call me a hater or whatever. But they're just
when you're winning, when you're winning, it can make it seem like the way he's doing it is the right way. And I sort of saw a little bit of the reaction last night to the Pies. Like, McRae's not talking the way that they want. Okay, here's another thing. Collingwood, the great Collingwood, who deserve all the respect, right? Because they've had an incredible year. McRae was talking about learnings in his press conference last night. He was talking about feedback in his press conference last night. The journo said, "Oh, you've lost 3 of your last 4." He's like, "Oh yeah, but we've won 1 of our last 2." That wouldn't fly with Carlton supporters if we were losing, and it doesn't, because we hear the learnings, we hear the feedback, we hear we've got to look at it. We hear that, but the other teams and the other coaches are saying similar things too.
I agree, but Terry, it's also about earning enough credits in the bank to have that kind of language.
Absolutely.
That's the only thing. Like, we can probably say that and get away with it, and we'll be like, come on, Terry. Like, I saw Soup's video because obviously hate watching is amazing, and I saw his review video, and he said that so many Collingwood fans left after like halfway through the fourth quarter and stuff. So they do that as well. And we said to our fans, "Oh, you are losing. You're the problem. Fans are not the problem, man. We've gone through a lot." Terry, I believe, Terry, I've been following footy since 2013 and Carlton. I swear to God, this is the worst season I've ever watched Carlton play. Like, off field, on field, so much uncertainty hanging over our head. It's literally like as you said, it just hit me that if Harry O'Farrell's injury is an ACL, both of our draft picks that we actually went all out on are gone. in the season, same season. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
And also, like, the worst time to do an ACL is around about now.
Exactly, because your other season's fucked.
Yeah. Like, at least Jagger will play next year. Touch wood, should be ready round 1. But
Yeah.
Did correct me if I'm wrong. Did Riley Thilthorpe do an ACL early in his career from Adelaide? Didn't he play a few games early? I could have sworn he did his ACL and then
I can check it for you.
came back, put the meat on, put the size on, and yeah.
I don't know. He did it though. No, it doesn't say that. It said that did his he was sidelined for 3 months, knee surgery. 5th March 2024.
Knee surgery?
He had meniscus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Meniscus injury. So he was 3 months on the sidelines, but probably serves your point. I know what the point you're trying to make, but I'm hoping, Terry, like we thought Sam Darcy when he copped that knock against Saints, I think early in the season, and we thought he was going to be out. So he was out for like however many months, I think a couple of months, and then he came back and look at him go now. That's all. See, loss we can cop, man. There's nothing to take out of the season apart from just getting some young legs and some games into these young boys and stuff. But just don't want to get ACLs, man. But one thing, Terry, that I really liked, and you raised it, good on you, man, from that video on TikTok that Elijah was in the rooms. That was you. You picked it up before anyone else. So
I saw it on Cooper Hamilton's Instagram, and I was like, but I was just sure we'd never see Elijah again. So I'm like,
same.
It's got to be a VFL guy that I don't know of.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, and I was a lot. That's very good because I rate the guy. Everyone makes mistakes, as you and I have made mistakes, probably worse, but just that he obviously is a footy player and he's in the forefront. So we are very quick to judge kids. So we shouldn't do that. And I think that, and also apart from that, Terry, I feel, come on, man. I think with Jesus, truth be told, and this is probably an inkling that he uses Sam McClure a lot for their news. I think Jay Sauce does, or Sauce Stanley in generally. And I feel like a lot of negative sentiment comes from there as well. And how no one can tell me that Jay Sauce was treated unfairly for however long he's been at the club. I think we spoke about this last time when we were in fan cams or teams session. But nah, man, I feel like whoever wants to stay, Terry, can stay because all the weak ones are going to be weeded out, and we're just going to be left with the crop that we will grow with and who believes in us, man. We want more of people who want to be at the club and want to put in the effort because that's what everyone requires, and we can be. I think this season is a write-off. Can't just fucking wait for the season to end. Remember, Terry, when you were in Thailand, I was like, Terry, I'm so excited for the season to start. And you were like, I'm refreshing myself, all the long fan cam sessions and stuff. I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. In hindsight, I'm glad I did go and do a preseason to get ready for this shit.
Terry, this time when you're doing your preseason stuff, you know how you were in the boxing ring, just make sure that you're thinking of 2025 season and knock that fucker out, man. It's been a hell of a ride, man.
What a fucking shit fucking year on the field. I have enjoyed it. I must say, like I have still enjoyed writing it. It's just I've just been forced to learn the art of being even more fluid and not attaching. Like it's been bizarre. It's been bizarre. Like how a club can let something be so dysfunctional when it has hundreds of thousands of people who support it and follow it around the world and just allow it to collapse the way it has. Just they've bastardized the whole thing.
Terry might just be that push that we needed, man. It has to go to shit for it to improve, So
Fair.
I'm hoping it's that.
It could be.
Man.
It could be. Yep.
Right,
well, man, great chatting with you. Thanks for calling in.
As usual, Ted. You have a good night, man. Don't stay too long. Take care of yourself.
See you, dude.
Take care.
All right. Do we want to listen to the press conference? Because I would love to listen to the press conference. Actually, why am I asking? Let's just listen to the press conference. All right. I'm going to play it. If anybody wants to join after it, I'll put the link in the chat.
Mike, you must have been ecstatic with that first half today.
Yeah, well, boys, I thought we're fantastic in the first half. Probably some of the best football we've played this year. Appetite for the contest, and probably the best pressure that we've put on an opposition team. And to be fair, I felt like we sort of maintained that for most of the game. Like a mature side probably does. A confident side that's now on on a bit of a roll. They're able to steady the ship and keep playing the same way and ask the question back of us. So, look at both teams. They've, one's had 88 odd tackles and the other one's had 85. Both teams were going at each other pretty hard. But maybe just a little bit more consistent method, a little bit more patience, taking your moments when you need to, gets the game in the end. But we end up losing the game, obviously with a few goals kicked late. As much us chasing the 5 points or the 10 points down as it was their good play. They were obviously able to close out the game very strongly, and we couldn't obviously bridge that gap.
What was behind that start? Your record on the road hasn't been great this year. Is there just nothing to lose? Go out and have a crack?
No, I don't think it's so much as about that. With the season over, I think there's obviously a style of football you're still trying to play, and a lot gets talking about identity and what you want to see, and we'll keep coaching it hard. And we spoke about this a few weeks ago around finishing the season strong, and I'm pleased to see that while the season's been taken away from us, that as a competitor, the 4 points still matters to us. That the person that we're playing beside still matters to us, and we get energised by that. That's the intrinsic motivation that we need to be able to get us ready for our next match and hold us in good stead for the future while we go through this period of time where we're not obviously going to figure in the finals this year.
The third quarters this year, opposition sides have been able to get momentum against you in third quarters, and it happened again today.
A bit different this one. I felt like the fight was still well and truly on, and we had still 2 or 3 moments through that third quarter that we should have finished plays and we didn't quite kick our goals. And the question was being asked back at us, but I felt like we were still hanging in that fight. I think previous games would be definitely accused of not bringing the intensity and the concentration that's required to be able to, when opposition brings a little bit added pressure for us to be able to steady the ship. I don't think that was the case tonight. I just felt Fremantle really dialed it up, and they adjusted a few things. They took a little bit more territory around the clinches, and we just couldn't defend it for long enough.
It's not often you see an 11-1 tally in centre bounce over a half of footy. What did you think you were doing particularly well in that part of the ground?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of both. We were sort of centre square bounce, and they were winning around the ground, and that probably the game swung probably based on that. The clearance, the territory, around ground. Obviously, we were able to lose, and they were able to score off the back of that after defending the stoppages really well in the first half. And I felt like most of what we wanted, we got. The style of football we wanted to play, we were playing. But obviously in the second half, they got on top of us around clearance, and some of their better players just started to almost will themselves at the ball a bit. They took the game forward a little bit harder. And put us on a little bit of pressure. But like I said, we still had our opportunities. Even late, we still had our opportunities, but we weren't able to take them.
Lord on Sarong, I guess over the first 3 quarters, did a really good job. How did you view that matchup?
I thought it was a really important matchup for us. Sort of shows you the player that he is, that he keeps churning away, and that's the maturity of him. And it was a good task for the young man to be able to learn about his game. And we'll get moments like that. I was really pleased with some of our younger players. I think we had sort of 6 players under 25 games out there, and Matty Carroll, took some great moments. Lockie Cowan keeps growing. He talked about Cooper Law and the role that he had on Sarong. So we'll keep giving exposure to these guys. We tried a couple of different things behind the ball as well as on our wings. So we'll keep exploring ways on how we get better as a football team, and we'll sort of use not that just information for now, but information for the future.
The knee injury to Farrell, how serious does that look?
Unfortunately, it might look like an ACL for the young fella, so shattering news for us and for, in particular, him. I don't know how closely you've been following his progress, but we've been so impressed with the young man, and he's going to evolve into a very good player for us. So we're all got our fingers crossed that it doesn't turn out to be that. We're hoping obviously a different result comes back, but the progress he's made in his game from when he turned up, I mean, you see how slight he is. He's not a massive man yet, but his ability to be able to read the game, and he's just a natural footballer, and the players just love playing with him because he's super reliable, and over the course of time, he's going to learn his craft about what it's like to be a key position player, and he's going to be a very good player for us. So if we do lose him for that period of time, it'll be that's a bit shattering for us.
It was such a special moment when he kicked his goal and teammates mobbing him out. What was he like after the game?
The highs and lows of football. It's got a great way of being able to lift you up, and it's got a very nasty way of being able to bring you down as well. But that sort of, I guess, resilience and grit over time you learn through your career. Sometimes you get things when you don't want it to show up, and they show up, and this is what's might have shown up for him. We'll support him. We'll wrap our arms around him, and we've got a good one there. Just to forget about the player. We've got a great person, and we're going to continue to add that to our football club.
And Adam Sard copying that accidental shin from Brayshaw. What's the damage there?
A lot of blood. That's about it at this stage. So that's probably about it.
Did he get concussed as well?
Not that I'm aware of. There's a lot of blood though. Yeah.
Michael, there's a lot of chat about Jack Silvani this week, and is it a bit alarming hearing rival coaches talking about taking your players out on second dates and sort of?
No, it's not a time for that conversation today. We just lost a game of football, so we tend to focus in on how we played, what's the synopsis of the game and how it happened, and the bigger picture stuff we'll take care of as the week progresses, but it's not for today.
Can I just ask about Elijah Hollands? Apparently reports he's back at the club. What's the plan?
I'll be back this week, yeah. So he'll come back into the club this week.'s been hovering around the VFL, doing a bit of that. So yeah, he'll be back. He'll be back this week and playing VFL football this week. Yeah.
A chance of seeing him at AFL level before?
Oh, possibly, but we've got 3 games left. So he'll be back within the program, and he'll come back and play some VFL football. He's been training pretty hard, so he'll be ready to go.
So obviously he's okay.
Well, he'll be back. Yeah, he'll be back with us. Yeah, yep. Cool. Cheers. Thank you.
Wow. You say what you want about him, whether you think he's staying or leaving. I feel for him. It's all just collapsed this season, and he just have to put up a brave face. Fucking hell. The Duke Leverage show. Stubble isn't going unnoticed. Wife beater next vid. All right, I got a couple here in the waiting room. Sam and David. Sam.
How's it going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Bit okay. I thought we put up a good fight, to be honest with you, at the start, and just obviously fell apart. I had one of my workmates. He messaged me going, "Come on, do us a favour as a Bulldogs fan." He's like, "You guys going to win this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, watch the second half." And long and behold, whatever happened. But in all honesty, since after the Geelong game, this is the first time I've been happy in a while, considering the first half.
I couldn't agree more. As in, I was just excited watching what I saw, like the commitment, the effort, the application. It was, it was all there.
I think we know where we are right now. At this point, we're at our low. It's just the effort that matters at the moment. But I just want to quickly have a chat about Jack Silvani, man. Like that really annoys me. Like I came to this country in '95, and I learnt footy afterwards. But Collingwood laughing about talking with him, it really, really irks me. Like it's just, I don't know what's going on at the club. Something's wrong, man. Something's really, really rotten in the club for Jack Silvani to be talking with Collingwood. Like, I understand that maybe he's not going to have a position in the future. He's been thrown around, ruck, he's been doing this, he's been doing that for us. But for him to want to leave this club and to talk with Collingwood, I thought that shouldn't be on at all. Like, it's not about any players can come and go. I don't care. But this is the legacy. This is Silvani legacy. And you're talking about, a kid that plays with heart. Like, you watch him play, he might not be the best player out there, but he plays with heart every bloody game. and
Yeah.
Collingwood's got the guts to talk to him. What is going on, mate? Like, and now they're giving us this false hope for one game, I suppose. And then what? We're going to keep Ross on. We're going to get rid of him, and there'll be probably a few others that want him to leave as well if he goes. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what the answer is. I don't know how we're going to finish the year off, but it's just a sad state, to be honest with you. What do you think?
Yeah, it is a sad state. I think, unfortunately, the relationship with his dad and the club just has not been able to sort of be fixed. He obviously left when he was a player. Stuff with the salary cap happened and whatever. Then he came back as list manager. I wonder. I don't remember who. I don't know whose call it was to bring him back as list manager. But I wonder if they had their time again, will they do it? Or maybe bringing him back as list manager was a way to make amends for what had happened. It's just messy. And then, I mean, you just think about it. I mean, you know, your father and the club don't get along. Your brother and the club don't get along. Everything around you seemingly doesn't get along with the club. I sometimes don't know whether it's the club's fault and, you know, that they've treated. I don't subscribe to the whole fact that they treated him so poorly. I think that's bullshit, personally.
Okay.
He was given opportunity to play very early in his career. He was raw. He wasn't very good. A lot of the kids were playing when they shouldn't have been playing because we didn't have an option. I just think it's a bit of a cop out to say, oh, they've treated him so badly. Like, I don't know. He was raised by the football club and put through school by the football club, like all of that. So I think it's a bit of a cop out to say, oh, we treated him so poorly. So, you know, there's a bit of that. Like anything, there's two sides. Maybe it's three sides, you know?
Yeah, I get that, but I think that's just that. I just see this as another bad thing that's happening at the club right now. I mean, when you look at it, like, just as a business point of view, I suppose, like, we got a new manager and at our business, and he's changed everything. Yeah, he's put his own processes in place. He's put his own people in place, and you know, he's been held. He's a very good manager. He holds himself accountable for everything that happens within our workplace, and we're pinning a lot of hope on this new president. I'm hoping that he can do what he wants to do. I'm hoping that, you know, they'll give him the keys and say, do what you need to do. I'm not sure about Voss. You know, I'm 50-50 about Voss. You know, we've changed coaches before, mate. It hasn't worked. So there's something else underlying that's an issue. That's what I'm trying to get at with Jack. I mean, Jack is just one part of the problem. I think there's a lot of problems going on at the club at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, you look at Harry Mackay. He doesn't even. I've seen the way he plays. He just doesn't move. Like, he doesn't want to move. He's just can't be asked at times.
Did you think that today? I thought Harry actually moved like he wanted to.
To be honest with you, the whole team did well today. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of the effort, I can't fault anybody. But just talking about in general this year, I mean, I don't know what happened to the kids this week, but those kids were excellent. I mean, I'm very sad about the injury, but apart from that, I think everyone played their part really well, even Harry. But just looking at them, like, they played for each other today. Like, I can't remember the last time I've seen Carlton play when the opposition got the ball and there was 3 Carlton players on them.
Yeah, man. Like, it was like first option always. It was quick. It was like they didn't give themselves a chance to think, and it wasn't until the second half where you started to see them try and maybe manage it a little bit. And
exactly,
unfortunately, when they allow themselves to think even for a split second, too late.
All right. Last thing, what in your heart of hearts, what do you want with the coach? Do you want the coach to continue, or do you think that we need to do something now? Like, what is your gut telling you?
In my heart of hearts, I think it's a full reset.
Sorry, mate, you cut out there.
I said, in my heart of hearts, I think it's just, it's all I know. Just clean it out, do it again, start again, new group. Because I tell you why. If you keep the coach, this whole pressure situation of he's got 1 year left on his contract. Like, are you going to keep him for 1 year? And then when you go out there to try and get assistants, you say to them, "Oh, yeah, come and be an assistant coach at Carlton, or come and be the footy boss at Carlton. We've got a coach who's contracted till the end of next year, but we don't know what's going to happen. If we don't have a good year next year, we'll sack him." Like, who the fuck's going to, like, you're selling instability. So you either extend him and you back him in, which I don't know if that's the right thing to do, or you just start again. So I don't know. I think he's speaking like he's going to stay, personally.
Okay.
But what do you think in your heart of hearts?
In my heart of hearts, look, I think we don't change. How do I say this? We haven't changed. If we change everything, we're doing the same thing again and again. I think it's might be the wrong.
Do you think the club's getting in its head about, oh, let's not make this decision because it'll look like we haven't learnt from the past, but in reality, sometimes it's dead, and you just gotta, like, this is where I don't know. Like, I'm here. You ask me tomorrow, I'll think differently. I'm not sure.
I think I'm on. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think we just need to back him in for the time being. I don't know. I don't even know if that's the answer, man. But I'm sick of sacking coaches and starting over and over again. I mean, we've had the Cruisers and the Mark Murphys. Those guys are gone. Now we've got Cripps and Sam Walsh, and those guys are almost gone. Like, how many times can we burn these players? Like, I genuinely feel sorry for the players. I genuinely do, because I don't know what's going on, but something's wrong at the club. They're not playing the way they should be. We know they're good. I mean, how good are some of the kids that we're coming up right now? But something's just not clicking, and I don't know if changing the coach and doing this all over again is going to be the answer. I don't even know if keeping the coach is going to be the right answer, but I don't know.
I reckon there's people on the inside. I reckon there's people on the board who are thinking in exactly the way we are. Like, they're literally not sure. Who knows? They're all just Carlton supporters like we are anyway. So.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Look, mate, love the show. I tend to watch it almost after every game, especially when it's a shit game, because it just, I think the frustration with everyone, it just eases me a little bit, if that makes any sense. It's like I'm not the only one so frustrated and upset, because my wife has a go at me going, you watch it every week and then you get upset for the whole weekend. I'm just like, yeah, look, there's other people there that are feeling the same. But thank you so much for this site, man. It's awesome. Keep up the good work, and yeah, we'll go again, I suppose.
We will, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
See ya. I love that. That was brilliant. Lots of fresh faces tonight. Lots of fresh faces. If anybody else, hey, man, always welcome. David, I see you.
Hello. Nice to see you, Terry.
Likewise. How's things?
Yeah, well, it's windswept Perth today. It's not very nice, but I thought I'd seen everything from Carlton that nothing would surprise me. But I went to the WA Blues pre-game function today, which was fantastic, and had the pleasure of meeting Peter O'Farrell, Harry's dad, for the first time. Had a really great conversation with him, and we talked about how excited he was and how his progress has been coming on. And to see him kick his first goal was just sensational, and then to see how it turned out is just heartbreaking. So it was amazing how those everything aligned for him, and for me today to meet the great lawyer himself, and to see how that unfolded was just really, really put a dampener on the day, like Jagger at the beginning of the season, for instance. So
yeah. Just replaying that whole moment in my mind. So he goes back, puts his head in the hole, does all the things you want from a player, gets the knock, 50-meter penalty, goes back, slots it. I don't remember how long afterwards he hurt himself, but I do remember thinking, why is he even anywhere near Tracy? But whatever.
But yeah, I mean, it was amazing to see how excited Peter was living through his son as well, and the genuine emotion that he had before the game. I didn't get to see him after the game, unfortunately, but yeah, it must have been heartbreaking for the family to have travelled over and to see that occur. And for him, I mean, he's young, like you said. He will gain from having a good season out and working hard on his body and building up a little bit. But yeah, thoughts go out to him and his family, that's for sure. But give someone else a chance. Hopefully, Hudson O'Keefe maybe slots in next week and he gets his opportunity. I'm hoping him as a WA boy will shine again. So that's a positive for me in that regard, because like you said, there's not much left in the VFL at the moment.
Well, it's going to be interesting. What was the latest update on McGovern? Because there's now these little murmurs that he's going to trigger an extension if he plays another game. What number has he got? He's 11. Do you remember what the latest injury update on McGovern was?
Well, I think he was out for the rest of the season, but I thought that they were saying at least another week or two away.
Okay.
I guess
So round 22, it says here, of the estimated return. So I'd be curious, now that O'Farrell's hurt himself, if they don't play McGovern next week, is that a telltale sign that he's not going to be with us?
It's hard to really say on players like him as well. And the other thing, everyone's telling about, we're going to trade this guy, dump this guy. If he's got no value, if no one else is going to pick him up, what's the point in really doing so? I mean, today I've been one of the biggest critics of Francis Evans most of the season, not at Francis Evans himself, but more at the selection of him and the selection committee's lack of integrity. But I thought he did outstanding today, considering coming back from that injury. I mean, it was hard enough for us to breathe in the crowd, let alone to see him out there trying to breathe through that nose as well. And it still didn't look too flash when he was right in front of me, that's for sure. So well done to him for turning up today and battling hard in horrible conditions.
Yeah.
And I thought most of the kids did. I mean, Ashton Moyer was slogging his guts out. And as much as Jesse Motlop gets criticised, especially on here and others, he was really working really hard. He slogged his guts out as well. So it wasn't for lack of effort of any of the players. It was probably just lack of skill, lack of decision-making, like you said, with that. Harry, when we were crying, Pito, go back further and boot it from, beyond 50, go the talk. And then he just gave it off and it just broke all our hearts as well. So it was one of those games which we kind of knew how the script was going to unfold in the second half, and unfortunately we just couldn't get the job done.
Yeah. What's your take? What do you want to see on the 15th?
The rest of the season, I think I'm just focusing on please beat Essendon. I'm not sure really it's every game you get something out of it, whether it's, seeing some of these kids come on. I think even though TDK, everyone says, is checked out, I think he still gave it a go today. So it was good to see. And as I said, seeing someone like Ashton Moyer finally be given an opportunity, I've been criticising the club for ages. I would have loved to have seen Lemmy in the same circumstances, given a chance when he was fit. You just don't know what you've got until you try it. So the results, I mean, it's academic. What do we get out of a win or a loss at the moment? It doesn't really matter. It's more about playing for pride. And I think they turned up today and they did show like they were having a real crack at it. And that's what we were most happy about. We were surprised as anyone that we're actually in the game and not blown out. We were expecting to get blown apart. And the fact that they were putting in a lot of effort was really, I think, hats off to the players for doing that and not just dumping the season. So well done.
Yep. No, well said.
Hey, while I remember, what's the blue tea you drink?
It's just blue tea. I can't.
What kind of? I was wondering what was in it. That's also.
That's all I can tell you for now. But when
Great
question. It's a great question. But when you need to know, you will know.
Well, I hope it's very therapeutic for you, mate. Thank you very much for your job you're doing.
It is extremely therapeutic, and I will share more about the tea all in good time.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
All right, mate. See you later.
See you then.
Yeah, like blue meth. Oh dear. Well, there's another session in the books. 27-point loss to Freo. 10 goals, 767 to 15 goals, 494. Fair play to Fremantle. I just don't know how you look at that game if you're a Freo supporter. Are you disappointed because you let a weak Carlton team dictate for so long, or are you optimistic because you were challenged and you fought back and you ran away with it? Whatever. It's a moot point. I think that'll do us, ladies and gents. I think that's us. It has been a pleasure as always. And I don't remember who said it earlier in the fan cams, but they're right. We will miss this. We will. As much as this season has been a train wreck from the Carlton point of view, and, just with the added salt in the wounds with Harry O'Farrell today and things like that happening, we will miss talking about it after a game. Even just to have something to be disappointed at, we will miss. Because then we've got to remember, we've got to plug out and get back to our lives. So hope you all had an enjoyable experience on the fan cams, somewhat. We're going to pack in the content tomorrow, review, ratings, Blue Abroad show, and we'll go from there. 3 more games to go. Or do we have a guest? It's like a last minute guest. All right.
Just with the added salt.
Hey,
Tez, how are you?
Reno. How are you, mate?
Not bad, not bad.
That's the way. What's happening? What's on your mind? You're in WA, so you were there today.
Yeah. It was a good solid 3 quarters, I just gotta say. I was definitely expecting to be a lot worse, but yeah, I just like seeing all the young kids be out there and having a bit of fun in the way and just playing their part.
I agree. I think they stood up. It's probably the second time now, I reckon, that they've stood up and they've really led. The other time I felt they really performed as a collective was the Melbourne win. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's just unfortunately Harry O'Farrell going down, but I think if McGovern was to come back next week, I think what they probably could or should do is keep Lewis Young in the back line and move Mitch McGovern up forward to be that key to Harry.
Well, if the rumors are true and he has a year contract extension and they don't want to extend him, then maybe, we'll see. Maybe they just pick him. Sam Walsh is also they mentioned somewhere that he could be available next week as well. So
yeah, exactly. So but then again, I guess, is it worth taking the risk on a player like Sam Walsh with his injury history, or yeah?
It's a good question. He's missed a lot of football. When did we last see Sam Walsh play for Carlton? Have a guess. I'll tell you. Which game?
It was the game before the Eagles game over here. I know that for sure.
I
Who was
love
that against?
I love that you know that.
Because I was, the day before, I was so upset that he was going to be there and playing. And I was like, damn, I haven't seen a game with Sam Walsh playing in a while. So
it was Essendon, round 13.
Yeah, and that was actually one of our last wins. Well, apart from the West Coast game, obviously, but...
So I'll just run you through Sam Walsh's playing career. First year, 22 games. Second year, 17. Third year, 22. Fourth year, 20. Fifth year, 18. Sixth year, last year, 20. And then this year, he's played 12 games so far. So...
Yeah, but that just shows how many injuries we've getting lately and how inconsistent we've kind of been this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I guess we can just look forward to next year and see some more of the young kids play this year, and hopefully we can go from there.
I just had a flashback. So 5 years ago, round 20, the year was 2020.
Yeah.
Jack Noons kicked the game winner. And it was the first ever installment of the fan cams. And I still remember you sending me through the video of you and Amy screaming that Noons had kicked the goal.
Wow.
Yeah, I still remember that.
Oh, yeah.
So
I feel like forever ago.
Yeah, man. 5 years ago. We've been
yep. Along a wild, long ride.
Hope it's worth it one day, Kano.
Yep, for sure, and we'll all be there hopefully to see it one day.
I hope we're all there.
Yep, amen.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Just a,
Yeah.
just a quick shout out. I went to the footy today with some of my two of my best friends. They had never been to a game before, and they had really enjoyed it.
Amazing.
And they have said that they would love to come to Melbourne to watch a Carlton game at MCG as well. So I'm going to be taking them there.
Mate, got to do it. Got to show the people around.
Yeah, we've got to.
Good stuff. Thanks, Kano.
No, let's catch you later, Tez.
See you, mate. And that'll do it. That's us. Wow, 12 games for Sam Walsh so far this year. It's not good. All right. Well done to Freo. Too good. Good luck. See you guys tomorrow. Go Blues.